Back over here, I guess. Damn it, YouTube, you bitch. Boom. Say it. 10. Huh? I get something for somebody? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I figured I might as well just take it down and then bring it back up. We could finish the rest of this. I want to see how it turns out. How quick you think it'll slap me? We got like what? We got like 3 minutes left?
I'm gonna take them off.
They going to sleep now.
Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did,
okay, so they took it off before they went to bed. Okay, that's fair. That's valid. Don't worry, the full video. It's only YouTube that gives me trouble, so the whole like bit of it should be up later. It's just YouTube. It happens.
This is crazy. There is a tarantula hawk wasp.
Bro, I don't like wasps. I have said this multiple times. I will climb a 75-foot firefighter ladder on like a bucket 7 times before I will fight a wasp, and I'm terrified of heights. I will run into a burning building before I will take on one wasp. I do not like wasps. I do not like how they look. I do not like how they sound. I do not like that they fucking hurt when they fucking sting you. To give you an example of how much I do not like wasps, at the academy, there was these containers. They use a lot of storage containers, like the big ones that you see on trains, and they made an obstacle course out of that had like stairs that went up. When I tell you that place was infested with wasps, when we went up the stairs to get up to the top and then run back down, my captain, the one that was in charge, it was another student, but we had ranks just like the regular military, got stung by a wasp, and I stopped. I was like, nope. If an instructor had been yelling at me, I would have said nope. I would have gotten kicked out that day. I kid you not. I will fight a full-grown fucking man before I fight a wasp. I have had, I don't know what it is. I know that whenever I was younger, I got stung by, I think it was a big bumblebee. And I was like a little kid. I kept getting stung by like some kind of big ass bee or something. And my grandfather like grabbed me and kept swatting at the motherfucker. He was like, motherfucker, you know, like I was a kid, right? And then I had another instance whenever I was younger where I got stung right on the back of my fucking neck by a yellow jacket from bending down. And I don't like wasps. I don't like yellow jackets. I don't like stinging anything. I will run from a big-ass bumblebee knowing full well it can't sting me. It is like a fucking primal instinct for me. I'm terrified of them, and I would love to be able to fight that, but like, fuck that. Those damn things are nasty.
That has caught. Oh, don't fly at me, dude.
Ooh,
Do not.
look at the size of that fucking thing. Bro, I think they have like one of the worst stings that you can get. Let me see. How painful is a tarantula hornet sting? It's the second most painful sting in the world. Fuck everything about that insect. That insect needs to be exterminated off the face of the fucking planet. Fuck everything. Oh, but we needed to get rid of the spiders. We have birds! Oh, but with pollen, we have bees! Kill it off. We don't need it.
Fly at me. Bragging it a minute ago. Did you?
Bro fucking stopped. Bro stopped mid-dragging that thing and squared up with that lady. That thing is fucking huge!
Oh, don't fly at me, dude. Do not.
Look, he squared up, bro. He squared up. He was about to beat some human ass.
Fly at me. Bragging it a minute ago.
Bro squared up on that lady.
You know, funny enough, I used to research bugs in college in my free time, and through my extensive research, I can easily tell you when a bug has had a bad day. Come here, that bug has had a bad day. Do you know what I'm saying? Most times when a human approaches a bug, they'll try to fly away, they'll try to evade the human. Very rarely does a bug square up with you. Very rarely.
See that fear? That's the fear of someone who knows.
Does a bug go, you know what? You want what he's having, right? You want a two-piece with...
You know, I can honestly say what I had said earlier about like running into... I have ran into a burning building. I have put out numerous car fires, no problem. I fold like a piece of paper when I see a wasp, dude. I almost jumped off the 3rd-story balcony 2 days ago from some kind of big-ass hornet-looking thing that came and met me on the patio whenever I was doing my 15-minute runs. Dude, when I tell you that I was this close to jumping off the fucking patio 3 stories up, I kid you not. My ass was about to go the fuck over. Because I was cornered, and the last thing you want to do is corner me with a fucking stinging thing. I will fucking jump, dude.
Biscuit, no drink, and you have to ask for sauce. That's what that bug got, and he's offering it to the human right there. You get what I'm saying? That this is a tarantula hawk wasp, right? They are made with sugar, spice, and absolutely nothing nice. And
exactly. That's why we gotta exterminate them, kill them off. We don't need them. Nature will be fine without them.
Something crazy if you say their name.
There are plenty of things that have died off and not disturbed a single thing in the balance of nature. That could be one of them.
Twice. That's their whole MO, right? Get closer. You don't hear me. They fly 20 miles an hour, right? They can.
Fuck that. 20 miles a fucking hour. Why does a bug need to fly and sting at 20 miles a fucking hour? I have driven motorcycles that haven't been able to go above 20 miles an hour. Why the fuck does this bug get the luxury of doing so?
By 20 miles an hour, they have one of the most painful stings around the bug community. So when I tell you that if a tarantula hawk wasp is in the middle of bringing his food to his house and you approach him, right? Imagine if you had some hot food, right? And you're excited to get into the house to eat it and you had a long day and someone tries to approach you to have a conversation, you would square up just like that.
I actually think whenever a tarantula wasp has something, I don't think it's going to eat it. I actually think that it's about to lay its eggs. I think that's why it did that.
Wasp, okay. I don't blame
Tarantula hawk is what it's called. Whoops. So, I actually brought this up yesterday and my fiance found it this morning. Do you know one of the most lucrative markets to be in right now is probably the US? If you made a company, like a fast food chain, and you made the prices below every other fast food chain, you would skyrocket in sales. Like, if you made a restaurant, and you made a good fast food restaurant, to compete with the other fast food restaurants on the market, but your prices are actually reasonable, you would become a millionaire within a matter of months. I had said this earlier, I was like, and the reason for this, and I'll tell you exactly why this is. It's because instead of these corporations fighting each other for who's got the lowest price, they're all collectively coming together and raising their prices the same. Like if you had the money to make a new fast food chain that's worth a shit, you could literally be a millionaire over fucking a matter of months. Because if you just lowered your prices, made it even half, or make it to where it's the old school like dollar menu stuff, your shit would sell like fire. Because all these companies are working together to raise prices.
CEO said that they're starting to see pushback on some of their prices.
McDonald's is starting to forget their role here.
They all have. They all forgot their role. You know why? Because the US hasn't put any regulations on anything. The European countries are probably the most consumer-friendly countries you could ever live in. And America is just a fucking joke. There are so many things that are illegal that they put in our food, and that is illegal in other countries that they put into our food to make it either more addicting, to either just get rid of it, or to just straight up make you into a blob, so that way you use the insurance companies and you give money to Big Pharma. Literally.
Come here. McDonald's was a place that you go to when you had $3 in your bank account and you don't get paid till next week and you just want a meal with some kind of substance. McDonald's was there to save the day, right? This was already
when did they take the McDonald's dollar menu? Oops. When did they take the McDonald's when did they take the McDonald's dollar menu away? Damn, that was pretty recent. They took it away in 2017. I'm sure they're going to give some bullshit excuse. But you can't tell me that... See, these people thrive off of getting stuff more conveniently for themselves. Whether that be sourced out to overseas labor or getting it imported so it's cheaper. And straight up, they will go through every length to get everything they can as cheap as possible. And they do this every year. There is a team of people they specifically hire to do this. And once they get their cheap profit, they're going to tell you, oh, well, you know, all these things, they're so expensive. And then they buy it in bulk, which gives them an even bigger discount. And you're the one that's left with the bill. See, that's how they instead of them actually paying for it, they want you, the consumer, to pay for it. Oh, yeah, no. They get their beef for dirt, their pennies on the dollar at this point. There's no way they don't. They're hiking these prices to try and squeeze as much as they can out of consumers. That's what's going on here. Now, if you had regulations on this, it would be different. If you had it to where you can only charge X amount of percent, like, you can only charge a certain percentage of what you made the product for. So, like, if you made the product for, I don't know, $3, everything, and it only costs $3, you can only charge like 3% of $3 over. Or like, I mean, obviously that's just you wouldn't do that. That's like hardly any profit, but it would make more sense. You know what I mean? Like charge a percentage.
Before, but
hell, like make it to where you can only charge, if a burger's like $6, you can only charge 50%. So that way the burger can only be like, so you would hold on, because I'm saying this wrong. So you would charge $5 plus the 50% on top. Let me make that clear. I did not, I just thought, I was like, wait a minute, so it would be like $5 plus the 50% on top. So like you're only allowed to, so like you get your $5 back for making the product, and then you have that percentage behind it. We need regulations to put a percent of how much they're allowed to overcharge for like a product.
McDonald's thinks that we were eating their food because it was just that delicious. No, we were eating there because it was cheap. It was
their food is terrible. It was cheap. Now it's not.
Affordable, right? It was delicious for the price that it was at, right? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. The fact that now McDonald's is raising their prices. So
you have to realize that there's an entire generation that has never not had McDonald's. So they are You know, it's ingrained in their genes to eat it.
Parents used to ask their kids if they had McDonald's money. Parents are starting to not have McDonald's money. Does that make sense? Right? McDonald's took away the snack wrap. They took away all day breakfast. They took away the dollar menu.
Yep.
Right? The difference between McDonald's and Chick-fil-A is only $1.50. If any fast food place had any kind of brains,
it's actually cheaper to go to a sit-down restaurant and eat steak now. That's how expensive it is now.
They would lower their...
You could go to like a Saltgrass or a Texas Roadhouse or some place that serves steak and probably get your meal for cheaper for 2 people.
Prices right under McDonald's because people who are struggling still need a burger. Does that make sense?
McDonald's, their CEO said.
Oh, you go to Denny? Yeah, Denny's too? Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know if anybody else is going to remember this, but I remembered having to do this so much. I have done the toothpaste trick. I have done... Oh, nice. Dude, yeah, I would definitely... If I was a veteran, I would totally be using that shit. Hell yeah. Dude, that's what's weird about the fire service. So, like, whenever I worked at the fire service, I would get discounts on shit, right? But, like, I'd ask the guys at the station, and they'd be like, they'd act like they're too humble for it, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Like, I've been poor my whole life. Ain't no way in hell I'm not about to take no discount. I don't give a fuck how much I'm making. I'm gonna be like Shaq up in that bitch. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, you got any discount cards for me? Shit, that's how I know you was entitled as fuck, dude. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, like, a lot of the firefighters that are hired at a lot of these, like, really good places, a lot of them, it's because their dad or their, like, grandfather or somebody they know works there. So, like, you already know they got money. And then, like, you got, like, second-generation firefighters that are up in there that are, like, too humble because they don't know what it's like to fucking struggle. To be like, yo, what can I get with this firefighter discount? You know, like, fuck that. Dude, we ate Firehouse subs. Like, I got chips for free. Damn straight. I'm gonna squeeze whatever I can. That's crazy to me. Like, how the hell? Like, that's a heavy red flag for me that says you ain't never suffered, man. You don't know what it's like to suffer until you've been there. Like that disc, man, whenever I got my PlayStation 2, whenever I was like 13 or 14, man, I took care of them games. I even got some that I found on the ground, dude. I would bring them home and try to fix them up and make them work. Shit. Bro, you don't know what it's like to not have shit until you ain't got shit. And I'm happy for them, no? Like, I'm not mad at them. I'm happy that they ain't got it. I mean, I'm happy that they don't have to suffer like that. No one should. What is that? I've never seen that before. That's crazy. We're going to have a whole generation of children at some point that are not even going to know what a disc is. It's all going to be digital. Bro, what if the Switch actually did this? This would kind of make it worth $700 right here. Like a dual screen setup. Oh, I love you. Look at that, dude. Bro, what if? What if? Was that a disc cleaner? Yo, dude, we was too poor for that. I had toothpaste, though. We always had toothpaste. My mom didn't have her upper teeth. No, she didn't have her bottom teeth. I'm sorry. No. Most of my family didn't have their teeth, so you have to give me a second. Upper teeth. She didn't have her upper teeth. She only had her lower teeth. No. Yeah, because so yeah, she didn't have her. Did she have teeth at all, actually, now that I think about it? Damn, it's been over 10 years since I've thought about this. No, she had to have had bottom teeth. It was her top teeth she didn't have. She didn't have 2 pairs of dentures, she only had the one. So yeah. Can use as a tablet.
Several demonstrators with her car. The incident happened this afternoon in Fair.
Dude, look at that. Apparently, this lady's getting charged. She's gonna end up going to jail for this. I don't understand how this is even allowed. Like they're all like charging her car. Like, look at that. I'd be scared too. I'd run some people over too. Shit.
See there, the driver has a verbal dispute with one protester and strikes him, then plows through a group in front of her vehicle.
Yeah, I'd plow through them too. They're all surrounding her car. She's probably scared. That's what happens when you got people all trying to flip your fucking vehicle.
Wounded.
Look, they're hitting her car and stuff.
Justified.
And if it would really suck, the only thing that sucks about this is she's gonna face jail time for this. Like shit, at that point, she might as well just pop that bitch in reversing and gone back over. That's bullshit. It ain't her fault, dude. Like, most people ain't built to be in situations like that, so obviously she fucking panicked. What if she had kids in that car?
Completely justified. They're crowding her vehicle. That's scary. You shouldn't be doing that to a person. You shouldn't be in the road. Roads are for cars. You're not a car. Some of these people are almost the size of a car, but they're not cars.
Mm-hmm. Several of them, even sending one to the hospital. Now the 61-year-old
It's 61.
driver is facing several charges. Here's Eyewitness News reporter
That's
Sonia
bullshit.
Rijon with more.
That's bullshit. That's actually bullshit. I can't believe that the law defends these fucking retards for standing in the fucking street, man. That's crazy to me.
Women are going to take over gaming. Uh-oh.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, man.
Wow. What is this, a competitive Animal Crossing game? Whoa.
Look, if you guys want it, at this point, you probably can have it. Gaming is a shell of its former self. Oh, damn, dude. Oh, no.
I didn't know this was... Okay. Based on... Yeah, I actually thought... Because the girls were, like, kind of attractive, I thought that they were going to be logging on to OnlyFans or something like that, to be honest with you. You know, this is also, like, you know, not really that big of a difference, right? We're not
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Look, guys, I didn't post this, okay? I didn't say this at all. Frank dishwashing, I guess so.
Bro, that is scary shit. That is enough to kill you right there. Whenever the arc can reach that far away, like that is some high voltage shit. They say when you hear buzzing from power lines, that is just fucking death. Look at how far that arc is, dude. That's crazy.
This is unique. I've never seen a living sprinkle off of a donut before.
Oh, it's the living sprinkle off of a donut.
This is unique. I've never seen a living sprinkle off of a donut before. How did you fall off the edge of the glaze? Explain yourself, sucrose. How did you get here, sugar? Huh? Who built you? You stand here.
Yo, best job in the world. Best fucking job in the world. Bro is literally paid to put on a badass costume and insult people. It's great.
You stand there. The sooner you take this photograph, the sooner you can get out of my life.
Bro, he's scared. He's scared.
Now get out. Next.
Fuck you anyways, you're not my
What the fuck?
Hey, I like your bike.
Thought I tuned in for a few. I have to go get ready for a vacation in a few minutes. Nice, bro. You're going on vacation. Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
They said I like your bike.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I do not. Why?
Oh, I was just
That's funny because, like, Nigel was just talking about him needing a vacation.
If I could get your number.
I don't really give out my number like that. Especially, I've never met you before. You got my Instagram?
I don't have Instagram.
You don't have an Instagram? What, Snapchat?
I don't have that either. I don't really do the whole social media thing.
Huh.
Ah, you're one of those girls. Huh?
I guess.
I don't know. I just don't give out my number like that.
Why not? Do you not think I'm cute?
To be honest, I don't want to be mean, but you're not really my type, no?
Fuck you anyways. You're not my fucking type.
Bro, I bet she's abusive as fuck. I bet she is so fucking abusive.
I can't believe I just got that on video.
The little girl looks maybe about a year, and the little boy looks maybe about 2.
Damn, bro's got... Would you win the lottery or something? You going to a northern Maine beach house, dude. She did, but, like, not everyone's a horn dog, bro. Some people just not looking for stuff like that, you know?
Hey, kitties. Hey! Oh, 44 entry to the car.
Yeah, there's a law in Texas that says that if you leave your kids in the car, no matter how long it's for, if the police come by, they can automatically bust your windshield. Same thing with the fire department. So don't leave your fucking kids in the car. You're a fucking piece of shit if you do. And if this happens to you, then you got what you fucking deserved.
Hey, buddy. It's okay. Hey. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
I personally think since these kids were left in a car like that, and it looks like they're about to pass the fuck out, they need to take these kids away. And I don't give a fuck what color they are. Same could be said for everybody. You leave your kids in a car like this, and they're that young, your kids don't need to belong to you anymore because you don't give a fuck. There have been too many stories of these parents killing these kids, either on purpose because of this, trying to pass it off as an accident, or as an actual accident. But it's not an accident if you know that if you leave your kid in a car and it's fucking hot, there's a chance they could die. So maybe don't leave your fucking kid in a car.
Oh, you're hot.
And personally, I feel like if you left your kid in a car and it was actually an accident, and you knew that they could die, you should still be charged with murder. Just so that way you could catch all the bad, malicious people that do this on purpose.
It's okay. Oh, they are. That's a waterfall. Yeah. It's okay.
Ain't no reason to leave your kid in a car like that.
Yeah, we got somebody to check them out.
Bro, they even had somebody in a booster seat. They had a little girl in a booster seat. How you gonna leave your kids in a car like that?
Takes.
But furthermore, like, let's say, oh, good, they did arrest him. Good. I was gonna say, like, what if you like pass out in the store or something happens and you get shot, or you just die? Who knows? And you ain't got your kids with you, and they come to find out they died in a car from heat stroke. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, let's say you get accused of stealing or something. There we go. Soldier's powerful speech for standing up.
You know what? You're gonna stop touching my stuff like that. I'm tired of you messing with me. I joined the military to be for my country, to be a soldier for my country.
Oh, wow. You finished yet?
No, I'm not done.
Wow.
I'm tired of you treating me like this. I'm sick and tired of it, dude. You're not gonna keep putting your hands on me. You're not gonna keep pulling this rape bullshit. I'm not dealing with it. You just did.
Put your hands on me.
You did it plenty of times in the past. I'm not dealing with that no more.
You can tell this guy has had to deal with this before. Not this guy. You can tell he's had some accusations on him because of how he's got his arms folded and stuff. You can tell that he probably had some complaints on him. I don't understand how people get off continuing to bully somebody. Like, there's a difference between training somebody and bullying somebody. Like, if you make it seem like it's never enough, then you're just a fucking bully. No, they probably aren't. But, like, I always wondered, like, how these play out whenever you're actually in the military. You know? I've always wondered how it actually plays out.
I'm here for a reason, to serve my country. If you cannot understand that, then get the fuck away from me.
I have taken nothing, sir.
What have you had today? Have you taken any drugs or anything?
I have had nothing, sir.
Step out of the car for me.
Bro is seeing the void.
Come on, you gonna stand up?
Yes, I will.
Okay,
you want me to if that is your order?
Bro's going John Rambo on. Like, what the fuck?
Stand up, come on. What have you been taking?
A higher rank than the black gentleman. Allowed to scream. I mean, no. But, like, if someone's pushing your... Like, I've done that on shift before. Like, so, like, I was... So, whenever they train you for the academy to be a fireman, they train you to pretty much treat it like it's military. You get repercussions if you backtalk or whatever, but, like... So, check this out. I was already working, like... So I had worked 2 days, I was off a day, worked 2 days, and I was supposed to get Christmas Eve, and I was either supposed to get Christmas Eve or Christmas Day off, and they already worked me Thanksgiving. They worked me the day before Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, right? And then, like, they was trying to work me Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I said no. Like, like, they told me 24, they told me, like, not even 20, no, it was about 11 hours before my shift was going to end, that I was going to be forced to work Christmas Day, and I fucking blew my top, dude. I said, fuck no. I was about to walk off shift, I was like, I'm not doing that, dude, you can fuck off with that. I stood up to the chief on duty, I was like, you can fuck off with that. And then the overhead chief pulled me into the office and gave me some dad speech. And then as I'm walking out to decide what I'm going to do, he's like, sometimes I got to pull the dad card. So I go out in the hallway and I'm talking to my fiance and we're just determining how we're going to, what we're going to do. So I kind of like suck it up and I go back in, right? I'd already planned on what I was going to do. I was going to leave. I was done. But I was like, yeah, sorry. I did the whole handshake thing. And I told myself, I was like, I'm going to keep looking around. And then I ended up having to leave because they were forcing so many hours, I couldn't prepare or have the time off to actually find another department. So, like, and I told myself, I was like, this isn't the fucking military. Whenever I went through the academy, there is a reason why this schedule didn't work. It's because when you work somebody 2 days, and when you get that 1 day off, you're not just at home. Because you don't get off until 6:30 that morning. You drive home, which for me was 35 minutes to an hour. I would get home at like 8. I would immediately start doing shit that I didn't do the past 2 days. And then probably about 8 or 9 o'clock, I'd be so tired, I'd go to bed and wake up at 4 the next morning and have to go in for another 2 days. And I was like, I'm done with this shit. I told myself, this is supposed to be a fucking job. And I'm not going to be able to do my job if I'm so fucking tired I'm weaving in and out of the lanes whenever I'm trying to go home. I'm not doing this anymore. No, it was happening all over the station. They were so hurt on people that even the chiefs that were below the head chief the head chief was talking about people writing down as captains because just to fill positions. And the chiefs, because we had 3 for 3 different shifts, they were like, no, we're not doing that. Fuck that. No, it was because the head chief didn't want to change the hours. The normal schedule for a fire department, and the reason why it is like this is to prevent, big incidents from happening where you've got firefighters that are so exhausted they can't fight the fire, is by working them. It's usually it's like 4 days on or 3 days on. Is it 3 or 4? It's like it's been so long now. It usually you work a day, you're off a day, you work a day, you're off a day, and then you get 4 days off. That's usually how it's supposed to be, because that shit wears on you. I can't remember what it is. It's like a 95-48 or something like that. It's something weird. A 48-95. Some of the places, they worked you for 2 days straight, and then you got like 4 days off. Like and you made a lot of money still. That's why I joined. I was like, I need that so I can do YouTube.
Taking tonight?
Nothing, sir.
How come you're all sweaty? You're going
But like, what that captain or that chief failed to understand is that it's a job. How am I gonna have a family if I'm working 2 days straight? Like, even the apparatus drivers, the captains, were being held to other shifts for 2, sometimes 3 days at a time, with 1 day off, and I'm like, nah, dude. Like, if it was just because I was new, I would have been like, okay, cool, whatever. But so many of the other firefighters that were there long before me, and probably still there, have done nothing but complain about the scheduling. And I was like, no, I'm not, because like, I'm new, I'm not going to change anything here. I'm just going to go on about my business. That's how I viewed it. I was like, nah, if all your firefighters are complaining and y'all don't want to change it, then even the captains would complain, the chiefs would complain, like, nah.
Crazy, you're shaking. What's wrong?
I'm just searching for the Lord.
No, that fire chief never stayed extra. He was never even there overnight. He always went home. He is somebody that is more like he's more like a CEO than he is anything else. Now, he was a firefighter, so he knows better, but he still does it anyway because he just wants to save money for the board. And I just got so sick of that so quick. Everyone talks shit about him. Like, the people that I worked with were great. I can't complain about any of the people that I worked with. They all hated him. And then on top of that, there was another firefighter that I barely ever worked with, ever. He's not a he was a captain. He came in and he knew that I was quitting, and he was like, "What you quitting for?" And I was like, well, the schedule kind of fucking sucks. And he's like, no, that's not what you want to say. That's not what you want to say when you tell people. You say you quit because of the fire chief. I was like, okay. I kind of used both whenever I was applying. But like, he had to miss his son's surgery because of a broken arm. He's like, this is a captain. Because if he didn't show up, they would have fired him. Because they were short-staffed.
Searching for the Lord?
1, 2, 3. As soon as they turn white.
That's fucked. That's fucked, bro. That's fucked.
Wait, are you telling me they've been doing blackface the whole time?
How many did we get this time? Oh, I went off on a rant, so now we gotta move forward. We might come back. A lot of stuff to cover today. There we go.
We're gonna stop.
There we go. Remember, Donald, no matter how fast you run from it, it'll always be there.
Stop it.
Donald.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Donald, it'll always be there. It'll always be there, Donald, until you release the files. It's never going away, Donald. Donald.
Go home to your mom, darling. Go home.
Yeah, thanks for hitting the like button.
Get him out of here. Out.
America wants to know, Donald. It doesn't matter how many people you pay to be there, there's always going to be somebody there that's going to bring it up.
The fans are the game, not us.
Oh. Let me hear that again.
The fans are the game, not us, not Rockstar. They're the ones who get me 2.8 million followers on freaking TikTok. Like, how did that happen? When someone comes up and calls you Lucia or Jason, you don't go, no, that's not me. He's a cartoon, Steven. I think that he resents being recognized as Trevor instead of as Simon or the guy from Westworld. And maybe he just wants to be known as Steven, which is really what it comes down to, I think. And I want to be known as Ned. And if someone comes up to me and says, Michael, I'm like, I am. Let's go. Get your phone out. Let's take a picture. The reason why I have what I have is because I'm Michael.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly,
but before you judge me,
the fans are the game.
Fucking exactly. The reason why these game companies are where they are is because of games that were sexist, biased, and all these other things that you want to say. But at the end of the day, they were still good games. They were made by people who gave a shit. We are your money. We're the law. We're the money bags. You guys ain't shit without the gamers. You ain't shit without the gamers. You're nothing.
Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, but before you judge me, know this. Yes, I was on the sex island, but only for the snorkeling. I didn't know anything about the kid stuff. No.
Remove.
Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, but before you judge me, know this. Yes, I was on the...
Oh, shit. Exclusive. The Justice Department told President Trump in May that his name is among many in the Epstein files. What?
Oh, big fucking surprise. Dude, they should have that highlighted GTA, but they're not gonna. I've been saying this. Now we've got more leaked photos and videos of Trump with Epstein that are being leaked. We have victims of Epstein that are coming forward with accusations of what Trump did to them and what they seen and heard in the offices. I said that a week ago. I was like, they can sit there and play hardball with these files all they want, but I guarantee you someone's going to start leaking stuff, and I guarantee you the victims want justice for what happened to them. So you can sit here and hide behind whatever you want and postpone this as long as you want. But at the end of the day, you made your campaign off of this. And whether you like it or not, it's a good chance that this is going to come forward.
Does this mean? Bondi also told the president at a meeting that the justice decided not to release more Jeffrey Epstein documents because of the presence of child pornography and the need to protect victims. That's total bullshit. They could have censored that out. Nobody was asking for that in the beginning. They discovered Donald Trump's name appeared multiple times, according to senior administration officials. In May...
Wait a moment. This was last May.
Time to drop the really big ball. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald Trump.
This is blowing up so much in his face that stuff is being re-brought up and brought to light that happened a year ago.
Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. If Trump was implicated in those files, the media and Democrats wouldn't have dropped that nuke. So you bring up a very good point. If Trump was actually implicated in these files, why didn't the Democrats drop it? And do you want to know the reason why, I think? It's because they were implicated too.
Exactly what I've been saying as well. It's because they're in the files themselves. Of course, they would want to bring him down, but they wouldn't want to bring themselves down. And they know that if they only release part of it, then they're gonna be forced to release the whole thing.
Operationist in me hopes that at the end of the day, this causes the Epstein files to get released. Now he has to prove that it isn't true. Here's the problem, though. If Trump shows the Epstein files, a lot of people are going to say that it's fake. How can we trust the Trump administration to be able to do this authentically when the biggest thing that they ran on, they're not releasing? And I think that's a big problem. Would you want Trump to be impeached if he's in the Epstein files? No, I'd want people to go to jail. If Trump...
Thank you. If these people are in these Epstein files, we have senators calling for bringing back hanging. We have Asmongold saying we need to crucify these people on the White House lawn. Actually crucified, staked up on a cross. And you know, I think we should. Because if you're this sick son of a bitch that did this on that island, you deserve the worst, especially if you're still in power and you know what you did.
Trump is found to be involved in the Epstein files, and he was
I'm not usually a big advocate for violence unless it's well-deserved. And as far as I'm concerned, doing this to minors on an island, I think that's deserved.
With any sort of human trafficking of anyone, not even including of anyone of any age, especially underage people, then no, I want to go to jail. Like, I don't care about impeachment. Who cares about impeachment?
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about that. Get that son of a bitch in jail.
Trump got impeached twice and nothing happened.
Impeachment means fuck all now. Impeachment means nothing. Whenever I hear impeachment, it sounds like they're just wasting our tax dollars to put up some stupid-ass trial.
Jail him? Yeah, but they need Bill Clinton in jail? How about this? How about everybody goes to jail that did bad stuff with underage people? How about that? I think that's a really good idea.
And check this out. So I was looking, I saw some clips of the Great Depression and the recession. And I told to myself, I was like, that couldn't happen now. I told myself, I was like, spam and all these companies came up because money was worth nothing during that time. And I told myself, I was like, if that happens, it would be probably the scariest thing to live through, because the American people would probably storm the Capitol and drag out every single one of them and probably kill them. Because we give all our trust, and I'm not advocating for this, I thought about this and I was like, logically speaking, with how things are right now, if we were in a position where our money was worthless again, there is a good chance that we would see the government burn. And the reason for that is, a lot of people know that there is some heavy corruption with that island in the epicenter of it. And with them not releasing these documents, if something like that were to happen, there would be a mob that would do the mob thing. And it's a view of guilty by association. That's exactly what it would be. And I told myself, I was like, they want to say that we're not a third world country, but they have compacted the U.S. citizens, their mentality so much that we have adopted the third world mentality. Like, we're going to overthrow overthrowing the government scenario. That's how bad it's gotten now. Like, we see all these rich people in power that were already wealthy before they got into power. That's the only way you can run, is with wealth. And they're making decisions that fuck the poor people and make the rich more powerful. So, of course, if you're working every single day and then come to find out your money's worth nothing, that's a fucking problem. But of course, they're never going to declare something like that because they know. These people are not fucking stupid. They're never going to declare a Great Depression or another recession because they know Especially right now with the tensions being so high with the government.
Yeah. So what if we did this crazy thing where anybody who commits sex crimes against people who are underage goes to jail? What?
They don't want to do that because, and let me tell you why they don't want to do that, which I think is still bullshit. It's because if you go to jail and you did things to a minor or a woman, they fucking hack you up in jail. They kill you. That's what they do. They don't like people like that. That's why they don't want to put these fuckers in jail.
They all go to jail. How about that?
But instead of it being a deterrent, these fuckers get to walk, which is bullshit. Bro. So I gotta make this comment because if I don't. So tell me why I'll wake up this morning on my R-I, it's spelled R-I-P, Ozzy Osbourne. So tell me why I'll wake up this morning and I got a comment that says, I'll even read it for you. I'll read it for you. I gotta, dude, like, I kid you not, it kind of pissed me off, but I was like, I can't not, I just can't not, dude. Fuck to that. Let's see, where's it at? Hold on. I had a comment. I wonder if he removed his comment. Let me see. Fuck, where'd that even be? Oh, dude, shut up. Let me see. YouTube. Content. Oh. Why do I gotta go through like 7 tabs just to get to my content, dude? It's YouTube Studio. Like, come on, man. Someone in my comments made the unwise decision to say, do you not know what RIP means? And I said, do you not? Question mark. Ozzy is dead, bro. And I was like, and I responded to it again and I said, by the way, if you're too clueless to understand it, it means rest in peace. What an absolute fucking retard. Trying to come into my comment section and correct me when they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. It's so fucking stupid, man. Like, how fucking ignorant do you have to be? Lord have mercy. Man, it blows my mind to see that shit. Okay, let's get back on track. Alright, this was uploaded 4 hours ago.
Personal relationship with Donald Trump.
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Apparently they were best friends for over 10 years.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment.
Damn, bro. Damn.
Right, sir.
This might sound weird, but I'm actually so glad this has happened because I think this will force their hand into releasing the Epstein files. The thing
What's crazy is that this was from testimony. Did the court stuff that they had released?
is that Biden had these files for 4 years. I've said this 50 times. I think there's a third party that has the full unredacted list, and the reason why they're not using it on each other is because it would be mutually assured destruction. And if part of the list gets leaked and it is redacted, then that third party will release the full list, and it will damage both of them. Dude.
Good. Whether they like it or not, there's a good chance these files are going to get released.
If they don't release them after this, and they don't explain this, everybody is going to think Trump was actually on the island with, like, the underage girls.
And more stuff is going to be leaked like this. I guarantee you more stuff is going to be leaked just like this that's going to keep pointing fingers at Trump until he releases it.
And everything. Guarantee that that's happening. It's a guarantee people are going to feel that way.
Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, but before you judge me, know this. Yes, I was on the sex island.
My God.
But only for the snorkeling. I didn't know anything about the kids.
All right, Trump. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say, bro. Wait, what? Why did this... Go back. What? Wait, what? What happened to the fucking... What happened to the playlist? Why did the playlist disappear? Where, I mean, that's the shorts playlist. Where's my playlist? Hold on.
This is embarrassing.
For you.
Here we go.
We start with breaking news on Donald Trump's name
15 hours
reportedly
ago.
appearing in the Epstein files.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Else. I wonder if there's any updates for this. Hold on. Let me see. Let's check the news real quick and see if there's any updates. News. Okay, so we got 6 minutes ago, themselves alive from GOP. Advisor says he must struck gold as GOP. Obama responds to Trump's allegations. Shock update, Trump gets what he deserves. Hear from Mark Epstein about their... That was a day ago. Struck gold. What is this? Oops.
Politics.
Oh, there's definitely going to be a movie for this, for sure.
Washington, the House Oversight Committee will subpoena the DOJ to release all unredacted files pertaining to Epstein.
There was supposed to be a vote, a hidden vote. Hold on. Where's it at? Where'd it go? We can close that. We don't need that open. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? His name is in Epstein files. I saw it, but it's gone now. Whatever, dude. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, they did a subset of people did a vote to subpoena the stuff this morning. Bro, I just fucking saw that. That is actually, it's actually starting to piss me off. Go to that. No. Go to news. Right here. Said it supposedly had just happened this morning. It's fucking gone now, whatever. Actually, you know what? Hold on. History right here. Right here, history. Open up the history, piece of shit. Let's go. Trump, holy shit. Da, 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 da. And here we go. This. Yeah, House Subcommittee holds surprise vote to subpoena DOJ's version of the Epstein files. And then we got... where's it at? This one.
The move comes after 3 Republicans on the federal law enforcement. Meanwhile, in Washington, the House Oversight Committee will subpoena the DOJ to release all unredacted files pertaining to
So it
Epstein.
passed. So they're going to be forced
Comes
to
after
release
3
it.
Republicans on the federal law enforcement subcommittee joined Democrats in an 8-2 vote to approve
Yes!
the motion to compel the DOJ to release those files tied to Epstein. The subpoena would request the redaction of names of victims, and files would be reviewed internally by the committee and not released to the public. That's important. At the same time, the House Oversight Committee...
Yeah, but the people that subpoenaed this, I guarantee you they don't know what's in it. Either that or they do and they want to cover it up. So it could be either one.
Also formally subpoenaed convicted Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell yesterday. It orders Maxwell to sit for a deposition at the Federal Correctional Institution in Tallahassee, Florida on August 11th, citing, quote, immense public interest and scrutiny. The subpoena was signed off by Oversight Committee Chair James Comer. We know the Deputy Attorney General also wants to interview Maxwell as part of what DOJ is doing. So, Brendan Buck, let's bring you in here. You're certainly familiar with the House of Representatives. Speaker Johnson, as we discussed last hour, sending the House home a little early to try to kick the can down the road. But it's sort of an example as to how at least part of the Republican Party is not going to let this go. We see some members of the GOP defy Johnson, defy Trump for voting for this measure. Give us your sense of the state of play.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen committees and certainly the floor.
See, what's really good about this is the more people that get their hands on this file, the more likely it is that something might get leaked. Because it's going to be... the more hands you can get on this, the more likely it is that people are gonna that have information are gonna leak it, because it's gonna be harder for them to figure out who did it. So this could be really good.
Tied up in knots on a single issue like this. You have multiple committees that don't know what to do at this point, because any amendment being offered by Democrats on this, they may lose votes. And I think it's important that one subpoena on DOJ was offered by a Democrat. Look, Joe knows this. When you're in the minority, you don't have a lot of opportunities to kind of shape the debate and what's going on. The House is a majority.
This is a big W for the Democrats, by the way. This is probably the best thing they could have done.
Authoritarian institution. But Democrats have absolutely struck gold. Set aside the obviously very serious underlying issues here. They understand that Republicans are eating themselves alive, and they're helping them do it. The reality is every single one of these members on the Republican side, they absolutely need something. They need something that they can latch onto. And that's why you have multiple committees all trying to get a piece of this. Because let's remember, you guys talked a lot about, people will never be satisfied. The underlying sort of conspiracy here, of course, is that there are a bunch of Democratic donors and elites who have been running around in a sort of pedophilia ring with impunity. And until that...
Yeah, they have. They haven't faced any crime. And now you've got victims coming forward, like victims that don't want to deal with this. They are coming forward because these people are walking free. Like they had terrible things done to them, and they're having to renounce their privacy to get this situated.
Proven, they're never going to be satisfied. And so there's no real end to this. Johnson may think that sending people home over recess kind of puts it out of mind, but they've been invested in this for years. For years. And it's going to be a lot of their life.
That's right. Just because it's one little recess doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean shit.
As voters back home are going to say, what did you do about this? And so they're probably going to come back not ready to change the subject, but itching for another vote or something to bring this back up when they come back in September.
Yeah, especially if they're going to be hearing it from town halls, perhaps, in August. And we say all the time how incredible...
It still blows my mind that these fucks get vacation, dude. They don't deserve to be vacation. You were voted into office to fix things with this country, and guess what? Big surprise, the country's not fixed. So why do you get to go on vacation? That makes no sense to me. Why do you think you deserve to go on vacation?
Skilled President Trump is about changing the topic of conversation, being able to drive the narrative, in part because he doesn't face any resistance from Republicans in doing so. This is a rare moment where that's not the case, and that's why, at least for now, this story is really sticking. So GOP strategist Karl Rove has a new piece for the Wall Street Journal with the headline, Trump Learns the Political Price of Conspiracy Theories. And Rove writes in part this: conspiracy theories undermine trust and cause chaos. When they are believed by large numbers of people, truth and reality become subjective. None of that.
Says the guy who's known to be on the file. Says the guy that ran an entire campaign on the file. Says the guy that has advocated for the release of the file. You can say all these things, but at the end of the day, it's just talk, and people are going to keep pushing for the release of these files.
Bothers Mr. Trump. What should trouble him is that recent events may well reduce the number of his supporters who vote in the midterms and beyond. Told their passionately held beliefs are wrong or forced to watch the White House fail to jail their common enemies, many might become discouraged, tune out, and drop out of politics. That could lead to a Democratic win in the 2026 midterms and beyond. If that happens, Mr. Trump's life will get a whole lot more complicated. And Joe, Karl Rove basically saying,
I think his life is already more complicated. And the reason for that is if there's anything incriminating on those files that involve him, he's cooked. And he absolutely fucking knows it.
Live by the conspiracy, potentially die by the conspiracy.
Well, and Brendan, this is many...
Because the thing is like, if, let's say, they release these files and Trump is heavily in those files and he's doing stuff he knows he shouldn't have been doing, an impeachment's not gonna satisfy the American people. As much as you rich people love to sit on your high horses and treat us like idiots, you know that we know that wouldn't be enough. If all they did was impeach him and let him stay in power, it would be an all-out civil war between the Americans and the government. And that's why it's taken so long to release this. They are fucking scared because they know they hold no power and we hold all of it. But they've got these soldiers. The American government has soldiers. How many of those people do you think will actually fire upon their own families? Probably not a lot of them.
Years coming. They've been, the Republican Party under Donald Trump have been awash in conspiracy theories. They've been able to baffle the press, baffle their...
And now Trump's trying to get fucking Obama locked up for some weird reason. Okay, I guess, but like, it's all just trying to take the eye off the prize, which is those Epstein files. Oh, I mean, if Obama did something wrong, then obviously lock him up. But that's just a step. We need to get to the top.
Democratic opponents. But in this case, it seems the conspiracies in this case are coming home. The chickens are coming home to roost. And it's just not going away simply. So it is politically live by the sword, die by the sword.
Look, we have a midterm election where Donald Trump is not going to be on the ballot. And this is what Republicans have always struggled with. They do great with Donald Trump on the ballot.
Can you explain that really quickly? Because I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. That is such...
He's just going back and forth about like actual politics now. I don't give a fuck about that.
Now to the Trump administration, new fallout tonight surrounding the Epstein investigation.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal is now reporting President Trump was told by Attorney General Pam Bundy that his name appears multiple times in the Epstein files. Here's the very latest. The paper says the briefing happened in May, months before the president publicly denied being informed. Bundy and her deputy Todd Blanche told Donald Trump they would not release the files due to graphic content and victim privacy. It comes as some Republicans warn if the files are not released, the story could last through the midterms next year.
Yep.
This has got to be like those zombies in The Walking Dead. Every time you think you've killed it, another one's just going to come running out of the closet after you.
Well, I mean, you didn't really kill it. Are you guys mad that the Chick-fil-A burger didn't cover up what's going on?
In response, the president has told Bundy to seek release of Epstein.
See, used to, whenever they had full control over the media, they would just play the really heavy shit that they would want to pass that no one would be okay with during a football team. But a lot more people are getting their information, especially the millennials. See, all you got is those fucking retard-ass boomers that, like, all they do is they don't like to sponge information. Instead, they'd rather just get it from, you know, I don't even know anymore. Like, who watches Fox News? Like, who watches these channels? Because that's, like, the majority of their audience. Like, there already is talk of shutting down major TV publications because they're just not getting views like they used to. Exactly. And you can't just cover it up with a football game. See, used to, you would have to flip to, like, a different channel just to see it, or you would miss the football game. Now, with, like, you could have 3 TVs up and know exactly what's happening, when it's happening, and how it's going to happen. That stuff doesn't work anymore. We're not as brainwashed.
At grand jury testimony, but today a Florida judge denied the request, saying the DOJ did not justify it. And
he's using old boomer tactics where it's, I'm going to brush it off and hope it goes away. But there's so many social medias now, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Used to, whenever it was only national television, you could do that because there wasn't other places that people could turn to leave comments somewhere, to get more information, to leave more information. Like, I can open up my a video that I placed on YouTube, and I can actually sometimes get useful information. You can't do that on a national broadcast because if the president's like, I don't want to talk about that, guess what? They don't talk about it. But guess what? Now every social media is fired up and trending Epstein files. Sucks to suck, don't it, bitch?
Are tied. Lawmakers in both parties just voted to subpoena the full Epstein files, and Ghislaine Maxwell is now being subpoenaed as well.
Trump is clearly freaking out.
The timeline.
Oh man, I ain't gonna watch that. Let me see something. Hold on. Has Penguin got anything new for us? Hold on. What you got for us? Don't care. Okay, that's nothing. Asmongold, what you got? Oh, dude, I want to watch this.
Oh, God. Fat activism. I feel like that's on.
We're not going to watch the whole thing. I wanted to see one more thing. Hold on, one more thing. Am I not sub to it? Asmongold clips. Nope. Okay. Okay.
Almost an oxymoron, right? Fat activists, well, they're
Not for very long. I mean...
not really active, but you know. Anyway.
What started with innocent makeup reviews quickly spiraled into a plus-size clown show, as JB petitioned for wider hallways, stronger elevators, and bigger
Wider hallways? There's no way.
airplane seats. However, her
Jesus.
downfall into delusion seems to have all come to a head in the past couple of months, as
You can only make the hallway so damn big. Like, what?
JB has found herself thrown into prison.
She's at jail? Nuh-uh. No.
She going to jail? Oh no.
That pleases me.
When I looked at the life of JB closer, I
There
found
we go.
delusion, begging,
Great, guys.
hypocrisy, and honestly, so much worse. But
Yeah.
it wasn't always like this, and JB actually started out with pretty standard content.
Right?
Jalen Chaley officially started her YouTube channel named JB in
The
2019.
worst thing that you can do for these people, and you see it all the time, is pad the world for them. No. Put them in the padded room. That's my view of it. Don't pad the world because your fat ass is too big to fit in a fucking chair. Don't make a bigger chair or reinforce the chair. Why?
It was a far cry from her fat activist content.
Fat
And she actually
activist
started out
content.
doing
I
just
really hope he brings it up, please.
standard makeup and fashion reviews, but obviously with her plus-size twist.
Hey guys, thank you
Plus
so much.
size. Fat ass. I'm so tired of these fucking people coming up with these fucking names to not call them fat. F-A-T. Morbid, dying, obesity. You are dying. Fat ass. Big ass. Fat, fat, fat. I am overweight. I'm fucking fat, okay? I'm fat. Stop coming up with all these cute names, trying to make it seem like it's not something you fucking are. You're fat.
Coming here to my channel. I'm so excited to share the products that I have that I'm going to unbox for you
Fuck
guys
out of
today.
here with that.
Jalen introduced us.
How is it that, like, I mean, don't you know that it's bad to be on oxygen? Like, I mean, how old are you? Like 25?
Ain't no
her
way.
channel, the first thing that sticks
She gotta be
out
at
is
least
her
30.
breathing tube,
Yeah.
which is surprising to see considering she's just 22 years old.
What? She's 22 using a nasal cannula? Are you fucking crazy? And you advocate for this? What?
2?
Bro!
22 years old and you're on oxygen. Oh my god.
She posted the video, and it reminds me a bit of Penny from My 600.
Oh, I need to get off the internet, bro. Oh, I need to get off the internet. Oh, fuck. I'm having like an existential crisis right now. And people advocate for this being okay? Are you fucking stupid? What the fuck is wrong with you? And they say there's something wrong with people like me. What the fuck?
Pound life. It was never seen
Bro,
without
she's
her
22 on oxygen.
tube, despite
She's
absolutely
so fat she can't breathe on her own without oxygen.
nothing wrong with her.
Yeah.
JB also expands on what she does for a living, or maybe closer to what she doesn't do.
Just
I
a minute,
really-
my dad's calling me.
Well, I mean, she probably doesn't do quite a bit.
Hello?
I don't wanna watch
Been
this.
doing something wrong. It has nowhere else to go, so it's going to your forehead.
Oh, the fat?
Now become a
Yo, like the 1,000-pound sisters, like Tammy had that big ass weighted forehead, dude.
point of her content
Oh
as she
my
started
God.
to realize that her clothing videos weren't getting the views that she wanted, except maybe the lingerie try-ons, which
Why? I did need that fucking picture burning out of my head. Oh!
I won't be showing here. JB decided to pivot slightly, and we can see the seeds of this idea when she uploaded her video titled Fat Shaming Story Time at the end of 2019.
Here we go.
She shared her stories of how she's been shamed for her weight in there.
So anyway, I grew up around a lot of body shaming, a lot of fat shaming, drug addicts, guns, gun violence, gangs, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Sure.
And I had lots of family members tell me I wasn't gonna be shit. I wasn't gonna ever graduate high school because neither of my parents graduated high school. My mom had me when she was a teen, so I was told I was gonna be a slut and have 2 kids by the time I was 17 years old. I was gonna live off welfare. I was gonna be just.
Well, let's be honest here. It doesn't really look like you're in any position to get a job, so...
Terrible, terrible for my entire life because of the people that I came from. And I heard this stuff.
She told us how she's been put down her entire life and really put her victim mentality on full display. But the roots of her fat activism were starting to grow as she shared this delusional monologue which feeds into the healthy at every size movement.
And the people that get down in the comments, there's some people down there that agree with this, but they're only agreeing with it because they know that fat people don't live very long. They know. And they're trying to get as many of these people killed off as possible so that way these movements are just dead in the water.
I have had people say all kinds of stuff, tell me all kinds of things, and I prove them wrong. And so can you.
Clearly not. You're in jail. Supposedly.
Okay, well, what are you talking about?
Size does not determine.
Oh, come on. I thought you meant like graduating high school.
Yeah, right. You clearly asked for too much.
Skinny people saying, judging someone's health by what they look like.
Yeah.
How big they are is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, usually if you're fat, you're unhealthy. Usually if you're fat, it's because you don't know how to control how much food you're eating. Which means that you probably have, you're not very, what's the word? You're not very disciplined on it. Yeah, you can tell a lot by how fat someone is. You're correct. It's very, very, very accurate.
Because, what about people who smoke? What about people who do all these different things that are unhealthy?
And you know what really bothers the shit out of me? Is you put up this facade for a fucking video, but when you sit down to take a shit in your bathroom, you know that I know that you want to lose weight. Everyone wants to lose weight. But sitting here and saying fat beauty is fucking disgusting. It's like a cult, and you're just drinking the Gatorade that's poisoned.
Use drugs, drink alcohol every single day, just because you are...
And I know I'm gonna have some fucking retards in my comments, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. If you advocate for people killing themselves like this, you're a piece of shit. Call me sexist, call me all these fucking names in my chat, but one thing I won't take is being called wrong, because this is fucking wrong. It is. It's wrong, and it's not right. And the fact that there was a trend for them to advocate for fat beauty is disgusting and malicious and outright fucking damning to anyone who decides that this is just okay, because it's not. That's right. And it sucks dick to lose weight. It fucking sucks. I get it. But trying to blame everybody else for that fucking problem, it's no one's problem but yours. And it doesn't solve your problem blaming everybody else.
Does not mean you are healthy.
Oh, but the food's addicting. Okay, well, what should you probably do? Quit buying food. Buy less of it. Save money. Oh, but I want... Well, then clearly you don't want to live. You want the food more than you want to fucking live. Clearly.
Because you're fat does mean you're unhealthy. That's totally true. Skinny people aren't always healthy, but people who are 500 pounds are always unhealthy.
Thank you.
Duh. Fucking duh. Yeah, categorically, if you are this size, you're unhealthy.
Yep.
So if you go to the word morbid obesity, let's go ahead. Morbid definition.
I'm so fucking
Characterized
happy.
by an indication of the nature indicative of disease.
Someone else who fucking gets it. You have no idea how frustrating it is to see medical terms taken out of like actual definition by these fucking retards that get online and they're like, that's not what it means. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Stop spreading misinformation.
Unusual interest in disturbing and unpleasant subjects, especially death and disease. Huh. Wow. So that doesn't... What makes a person morbid? Fixated on death and being dead. Okay.
Size does not determine health.
Not so good, huh?
It's dangerous for a person who's over 500 pounds to deflect this much. By saying her size doesn't determine her health because smokers are
That's damn good, dude. Losing weight is awesome. You should always strive for that. Like, every day that I wake up, I'm like, damn, I need to lose a little bit more weight. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. You are never not thinking of that when you know you're overweight.
Is honestly ridiculous, especially when she's admitted herself that she has health issues and literally needs a breathing tube so she doesn't suffocate.
At 22. She's 22. Keep this in mind. She's fucking 22 and she's so fat she can't breathe. What the fuck is wrong with society? Nice.
She started leaning more and more into this.
Well, she is kind of like a smoker because smokers need oxygen too. No, yeah, it's the same thing.
Activism, and although this is where she gets most of her popularity from, it's also the reason she became infamous in the plus-size community. And it also...
And what really pisses me fucking off to the core, what makes me want to fucking hurt somebody sometimes, is whenever you've got these fat fuckers advocating for them to be more idolized as models. Do you understand the dedication, the hard work, the absolute determination it takes to stay thin to be a model? Do you understand how difficult that is? I don't think you understand. They probably work out for more than 2 hours a day to stay thin and fit. They probably barely fucking eat anything, which really fucking sucks. If you've ever gone without eating, it fucking sucks. Especially whenever there's lots of temptation around. It's hard. And then you've got a fat, useless piece of blob like this trying to advocate for the fact that they are fat and unhealthy and that they want to normalize this. Fuck yourself. Seriously, because no one else will.
At community.
With a single video. Before we get into that though, it's important to realize that J-Base started to lean into fat activism not to be just part of the movement, but because those views equaled money to her.
There you go.
She explained herself.
As a
Bro, my fiance had that mentality and I fucking laid into it, dude. I was like, we gonna break that shit right now. We's donezo. I was like, nope. Like, I don't care if you're fat. I could give a flying fuck if you're fat. But what you're not gonna do, because I worked in the medical field, is you're not gonna sit here and push it as being fucking healthy. Bullshit. Bullshit. You're not gonna spread misinformation. That is bullshit. You are not fucking doing it. I don't give a flying fuck how big you are, what color you are, what brand of fucking pineapple you are. Being fat is unhealthy and you are killing yourself. Period. End of story.
Content creator, I have a different set of challenges than other creators do.
Yeah.
But I have still made thousands of dollars being a
Have to buy. You know someone fat like this only buys one fucking seat. I guarantee you she only buys one seat.
Creator, and I would highly recommend getting into content creating if it's something that you're interested
Okay.
in. Every day I get tons of questions about how I work with brands, how I find different brands, how I've made thousands of dollars as a
I'm actually going to watch this to completion. I'm going to split the video right here. I'm going to make another video starting right here.
creator, and so on.
So as these videos gained views, although it gained her hate, brands actually wanted to work with J-Bay just because of the views. And
well, there's also this weird thing that girls do where they think that it's brave for other girls to be fat. It's how, like, you have, like, a group of, like, 10 girls together, and they all collectively agree that the ugliest and most unhealthy and fattest one among them is the prettiest. And the reason why they do that is because they don't feel threatened by that girl. And it's almost like, it's really kind of weird that they do this, right? Have you ever seen this, like, sabotage? Yeah, exactly. And that's really what it is, the bravest. That's so not true. It absolutely is true. 100% it is. Yeah, make shame normal again? Yeah.
Revenue. However, as we'll see...
Yeah, they pity her, that's right.
Viewers were positive.
I wonder...
No, I don't think it's a pity tactic. I think it's a general, like, malicious intent. Like, they keep her around because they know that if a guy looks into the group, it increases the likelihood of them getting picked over her. Kind of like a scale system.
In mind, J-Bay posted the first of her videos which went mega viral, and that was about plus-size travel.
Plus-size travel tip. The Boeing 787 and Airbus A350 are the most plus-size friendly aircrafts.
This 6-second...
Fat! Friendly! Fat! You are fat! Plus size is bullshit!
TikTok got over 1.7 million views alone, and from that point, Jalen saw dollar signs and decided to go all into her travel TikToks and videos.
Oh boy.
Videos about her travel tips gained hundreds and thousands of views, and she shares how different airlines operated and how they treat fat people.
Okay, so Alaska Airlines has a similar policy to Southwest Airlines, but it's a little bit different. Alaska Airlines does require that...
I hate this. I hate these fat euphemisms.
Thank you, God!
Of size. Make it fucking stop. Please. End this. Stop it.
Thank you.
Customer of size.
Sometimes I love that bald roach bastard.
if you do not fit comfortably in one seat.
And the comments on this TikTok weren't exactly positive, but they're about to get a lot. As one of Jalen's videos went mega viral.
Oh, fuck, man!
7 million views.
People tell me every day that I shouldn't be allowed on a plane because of my size. I'm here to remind you.
Destabilize the whole fucking plane, man. Of course not. Hell no, you shouldn't.
Size doesn't have to hold you back.
I mean, how is it like that you're wearing a breathing tube and you've also got this, you're also basically wearing a hospital gown? Like, I mean, at what point do you realize that maybe you're doing something wrong?
Comments were absolutely brutal, claiming that this should be a wake-up call, mocking her weight, yeah, paid for the extra seats.
Dude. I totally agree with this. Let's redesign the world for obese people. That's what's so weird about it, is that these people think that they have the right to be 600 pounds and the whole world has to accommodate for it.
Right? That's what I was saying. Like, dude, you can't pad the world for these fat people. You could put them in a padded room. Jesus.
No, we don't. If you want to be 600 pounds, that's fine. But usually, like, I mean, there's a lot of elements to this, right? Like, usually people that are 600 pounds, they don't really
It's not the same as being tall in an airplane. It's not the same as being short in an airplane. It's not the same as, like, being muscular on an airplane. It's not the same. And you can't advocate for it to be the same.
Very long, right? That's number one. Number two is that not everybody else in the world needs to accommodate to you. You're
Thank you.
The 1%. Why does the whole world need to accommodate to someone who's 600?
And like, oh, but 60% of the U.S. is fat. Yes, fat. I fall into that 6%. She falls into the 1% at 22. She's wearing oxygen. fat is different from being morbidly obese. She's so fat, she's advocating for bigger hallways. That should be an indicator. You can be fat and still be okay in this position. When you take up 2 seats on an airplane, you have a problem.
Pounds. It's crazy.
Seats. Whether it was these brutal comments or airlines not giving Jalen free seats, J-Bay started to feel as though the world was against her.
I bet.
She even talked about how plus-size people could survive flights, as if getting into a plane was a life-or-death scenario, and shared her...
Oh my god! Oh, dude, it's more like one hallway per leg. She gotta go in sideways. Oh, that comment damn near broke me. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh no, my mouse. Oh no.
The next viral video, which gains
Your life is that. That's why you're on a breathing tube.
Oh, she's 20 fucking two.
Plus-size travelers hate when the tray table can't come.
Jesus Christ.
God damn. She is so big that she is almost touching the seat in front of her. It's not like you need the damn tray anyway. Just put it on your stomach. What the fuck you need a tray for? I mean, shit, with how much you weigh, you don't really need to eat. Like, it's like a bear, dude. Like, bears go into hibernation. They don't eat for months at a time. Like, shit, she should be good for a while. At least a year.
Calm down. Worrying about asking for a seatbelt extender. Having little...
Well, if you're scared about asking for a seatbelt extender, maybe that should be a wake-up call. To lose some weight and be healthy. Like, yeah, it's fun to make fun of these people, and I get they have a fucking problem, but the last thing you want to do is, instead of adjusting your fucking problem and fixing your problem, is making it a problem for other people. That's the last thing you want to do. Like, that makes no sense.
To no room to move. Narrow aisles and bulkhead seats. Tiny airplane bathrooms.
Bro, ain't no way she's squeezing that big ass in there. There's no way, dude. There ain't no way. That totally gonna get stuck up in... Let me stop. 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 We'll get into a lot of trouble. Let me stop.
Worrying you're going to break the toilet.
Fuck! She makes it so easy! Why do you make it so easy? No! Oh! Oh! Oh, fuck, man! Oh, fuck! Oh! I can't. Fuck!
This has gotta be a joke. Oh my god. And the thing is, I look at the toilet and I'm like, yeah, probably.
Getting pat down because you're fat. Tiny... Worrying you're going to break the toilet. Getting pat
You know
down.
that big girl got a stink, too. Like, dude, like, whenever I weighed less, I didn't have, like, any odor, dude. Like, when you get bigger like that, you sweat more, you, like, stink. So you know that big girl probably stink, too. Like, there's no way. She get up, she just stands up, and she's probably already sweating like bullets.
Because you're fat.
Probably got swamp ass out the ass, too.
Tiny airport chairs with armrests.
Oh
and
no.
The comments were brutal yet again, but they were about to get even more brutal.
Whose fault is that?
Man, you know what's crazy? is that there is not a better analogy of a double-edged sword than the internet. If you post a weight loss video and you're actually trying and you're not bullshitting, you will get the most support you have ever seen in your life. Now, you'll have some jackasses here and there. It happens, right? But, like, if you post a video and there's no change, they're gonna call you out on it. They will know immediately. Like, if you want a weight loss journey, 100% YouTube. They will keep your ass in line. They will.
Bro, exactly. Whose fault
It
is
does not
that?
motivate. That's what I'm saying. Like, she should be using this hate instead of using this hate as and deflecting it. She should be using it to lose weight. Like, what better motivation than to use hate to lose weight? Like, accept hate, lose weight. You know, that's great. I'm taking that model. That's mine. Fuck off. I'm patenting that.
First petition off the back of these videos.
So I wanted to make this video to talk about everything related to my plus size travel petition. I am advocating for policies and measures to make air travel more comfortable and accessible.
Oh my god.
Bro, like, yeah, like how much do these people have to spend on like you understand how much money it takes to be this big now? They must be spending like anywhere from $200 to $300 a day on food. Not to mention hair care products. Not to mention, not even just hair care, just fucking washing your body. Like, some of these people are so fat they can't fit into a bathtub. Oh, what the fuck? And they want to change the world because of their fucking problem? No.
So they want to change the whole world to fit around them. This is amazing.
No, like, and why wouldn't you want to lose that weight? To make life easier on yourself, man. To live longer. Like, there's no reason to be this big. My whole family's been this big. My grandmother was that big. My grandfather wasn't. He actually was. He was in the military, so you know how that goes. I had a few of my aunts that were that big. I had like 2 or 3 of them that were that big. My mom wasn't that big, but she was kind of chunky. All right, she wasn't like waddling, but she was chunky. Okay, but like, I've seen it. I've been around it. I know the kind of effect this has on a family. It sucks. You don't think that it has an effect on people around you, but it fucking does. Because they look at you and you can't even bend over and put your fucking shoes on. It fucking hurts to look at. Both ways, emotionally and physically, okay?
As travelers. My petition is based on personal experiences of discrimination and discomfort while traveling by myself.
My grandmother was like that until she turned 71. She got into an old folks home, she lost all the weight, and she lived until she was fucking 90. It damn near gave her like 15 extra years, bro. Because of dementia, she lost all her shit, though.
And with my partner, who's also plus
You should be discriminated against. You're massively overweight. It's a hazard to everybody around you.
Bro, that's like a whole damn blanket. There ain't no cloth there. That's a fucking blanket. From the discrimination. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you should have like a weight limit on some places.
You destabilize the plane.
That's what I said earlier.
Wait, it's not even a question.
We have faced hateful comments, disapproving looks, and even refusal to sit next to us because of our size. The mystery.
Yeah,
no one wants to sit next to you because you fucking stink. And you take up 2 seats. I don't want to touch your fat ass. Ain't nobody want to be around that. It's fucking annoying.
Would somebody want to sit next to somebody that's 500 pounds? Like, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, it's because they're probably going to be pressed up against you. And number 2...
you're talking about, the Heart Attack Grill. Apparently, if you're over a certain weight limit, you can eat there for free. It's called the Heart Attack Grill. Look at it. I wonder what weight it is. I think it's like over 400 pounds. You eat there for free. How big do you have to be to eat at the Heart Attack Grill for free? 350. If you're 350 pounds or more, you eat there for free. Oh, you're on Twitch. Okay. Yeah, how's it going, Chase? I was at 9. Oh, damn, that was almost an hour ago. Damn, bro. Someone on Twitch went ahead and joined the server.
Probably smell bad.
Hold on. Did I just straight up reply to this? Hold on. How are you?
Like, I mean, let's be honest.
But they have to load you up into a military cargo. Bro, that's fucked up.
Of plus-size travelers is absolutely unacceptable, and urgent action is needed to protect the dignity and rights of all passengers, regardless of their size.
Look here. I'm overweight, sure. I'm overweight. I'm not obese. I would rather die than to get to that weight. And the reason for it is that I saw my mom like that, and I saw a lot of my family members like that. I go out on that patio in Texas humidity, in 91-degree heat, at like 92% fucking humidity, and I run for 15 straight minutes. And then I do 5 minutes of abs every fucking day. Every fucking day. And I watch how much I eat. I know I got a problem. You know you got a problem. You just don't want to fix your problem because it's gonna be too hard. That is bullshit. That's a bullshit reason.
You're right to have people sit next to you at the airplane. So you're right to make sure that Delta Airlines makes a chair for you that's, you know, for 3 people.
Jalen launched
what a waste of space.
Which at the time of recording has around 40,000 signatures, which laid bare her unrealistic demands. The first of these demands, which honestly isn't too bad, is just for flights to have a customer of size policy for tall people, disabled people, and of course, morbidly obese people. However, the next...
Bro, being morbidly obese is not a fucking disability, and it's not something you're born with. Why? And that's another thing. Why, as Americans, are we spending taxpayer dollars on these fat fucks to sit at home and do fuck all? Are you fucking kidding me? No. Absolutely not. She's upset. Black dude stops trying to smash at...
No, one is not like the others. If you're morbidly obese, it's probably because you can't stop eating food or you have some sort of problem that you've created yourself. Being very tall or very short or, you know, your legs not working, this is something that happens to you. Being fat is a choice. That's the difference.
Item on the list is where it gets really strange and controversial. She demands that airlines must give morbidly obese people a free seat, or even multiple free seats, so that they don't
Hell no. What? Bro.
Spill over into the next chair.
It's crazy how... I've said this before, this might be a controversial take, but I do think that fat people on average, especially ones that are like 500 pounds, are more selfish than an average person.
Yeah, it's because all they've done is indulge their whole lives. Like, usually whenever you get, like, for example, she's 22 and she needs oxygen, which probably means that she's indulged since she was a kid. So she's been given everything she wants, even from a child. So typically, with that mentality, she's going to be more selfish. It's not necessarily a trait. It's more so it's just how that person is. They've been inhibited to do what they've been doing for so long, they don't know what the answer no means. I looked into this. They do honor an extra seat, or if you have to pay, they give you back the money, but it's not an excuse. Yeah, no, it's not. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's still it's a hard choice to make. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It fucking sucks to try and lose weight. It's hard. But But the fact that you want to pad the world because you don't want to lose weight, no.
I think that if you took 10,000 500-pound people and you took 10,000 normal-sized people and you looked at the selfish tendencies between
exactly.
them,
that's what kills me, is that you push this off as a brand that's supposed to be good and healthy. It is not. Obesity is bad. It causes heart problems. It causes diabetes. It causes high blood pressure. If you stop eating sugar, it causes low blood pressure. It could cause your pancreas to give out. You don't understand the amount of pressure that puts on your organs, on your body. It is terrible for your body. And even when you lose all the weight, you could still get even more complications later on. If you've been big your whole life, it could really fuck you up.
The multiple standard deviations of different.
It is a disease. But whenever you've got like this culture that popped up that was like, I don't even know what it's called anymore. What the fuck was it called? What was the name of the culture that allowed fat people to be fat? Fat acceptance movement. When you got some jack-off retards coming up with the fat acceptance movement for fat people, you got a problem, bro. And that's a societal problem to boot. That's crazy. You can't bully and tell people what they should and shouldn't like, because if they don't like it, they don't fucking like it. And there's a reason. Check this out. It is genetically encoded into our DNA to dislike things that you see in a person as traits. Obesity is technically a trait. It's a turnoff by our human DNA because we don't want to mate with them. Let's take it back. Our alpha principles, because we're fucking primates, says big person, no attract. No attract equals no sleep. It's what it is. You know why? Because we know mentally, without even thinking it, that's unhealthy. That's bad. That's what our body says to us. I don't find that person attractive because bad. It's in our nature. You could sit here and tiptoe the fuck around it all you want. We're fucking animals. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. It'll never change. Send them to war, bro. Hell nah. The last thing I'd want to see is a big ass pile of donuts rolling down the hill. Yeah, but like those guys are weird. Let's be honest here. They're weird. Have you ever met an actual chubby chaser? Like, there's some weird people in this world. Like, bullet stoppers, bro. It's like the orcs when you got the big orcs. Let me stop, dude. Let me stop. Let me fucking stop.
Oh, this isn't obvious.
I'm gonna get in trouble, dude. I'm gonna get banned. I already know it.
Said that this is frustrating.
Bro, the amount of dislikes I'm gonna have on this video are gonna be legendary.
I should an obese person get an entire row to themselves just for free. Surprisingly, some airlines do actually have a similar customer size policy.
Oh,
and it's led to some extremely shocking news stories. In 2023, a woman booked up and paid upfront for her flight from Montego Bay to Baltimore, where she was traveling with 2 teenagers. However, an obese person needed an extra seat, of course, for free. This led to the woman and the 2 teenagers
probably ain't gonna see the guys that are below her
being kicked off.
We need to stop catering to hogs like this.
Thank you, dude. Fuck.
Selfish, entitled hogs that are trying to fuck up society and make everybody change and conform around them. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. That how is it that anybody is even taking this seriously for a second?
No, I like, if I had saw this whenever it was, I would have been like, what? Nah.
It's crazy.
It's nuts, dude.
In order to make room
it's
for this
fucking
obese
bad shit crazy.
Paid for the extra seat and had not told staff that she needed an extra seat beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where the fat activism starts to break.
Like, here's what's even crazier about this. As a firefighter, if I were to go into a house and see somebody that's so fucking fat they can't get up and get out of the house and it's on fire, what really sucks is we have to take another fucking truck out of service to pick that fat ass up. I've heard horror stories of them having to saw through the walls of buildings to drag fat people out of a fire. Why? How is this not illegal? Like, Jesus Christ.
As he gets situations
And it's enabled because our government gives them money. I don't want to give taxpayer dollars to that hog. The fuck? I don't want to fill that trough anymore. What the fuck happened there?
in order to
they can't walk. Well, they put them on a fucking program that's free. That makes them lose weight. That's how you fix that. You don't enable it. You set up like the taxpayer dollars that go to that could easily fund an organization that is free for fat people that are bedridden to go and get exercise and the mental help they need. It's the same fucking amount of money. It might even save money.
3 people, who 2 of which are teenagers, who had fully paid, had to be kicked off the flight in order to accommodate 1 person.
Oh my god!
Why wouldn't you just tell the one person that you don't have, like, number one, that's so
Kaiju's going to Japanese, dude!
Like, it really, I mean, it's not even logical. Like, you're gonna tell 3 people they can't get on a flight because 1 person? What, are they afraid of fat people going and trying to make Southwest Airlines look like it's bad? This is crazy. Why choose 3 instead? Why choose 1 instead of 3? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
I think it's controversial at all to say the obese person should have been the one to get kicked off the flight and wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Especially
absolutely.
And JB.
Why should 3 people, like if you, okay, so for example, if you buy an airplane ticket for you and 2 family members, and let's say, I don't even know how many rows, let's say it's you and your child, right? And you come in and you see this thing gooping its way over onto your fucking side of the chair, and you're just like, can you please pick that thing up and move it over to your side? And they physically can't? Why the fuck should 2 people get kicked off? Get her out of there! What the fuck?
Well, it's not even that they didn't book 2 tickets, it's that they didn't tell them ahead of time that they would need.
So if this is on your side of the chair in the airplane, and you need to sit there, and you've already bought 2 tickets, you've spent double the amount of money for you and another passenger, and this is gooping onto your side of the chair, the airplane should kick that person off because they can't contain their goop, okay? That's how this is going.
Need extra space. I'm fairly certain if you're really fat, there's probably some sort of like thing that you need to like mark that says like, hey, by the way, I'm massively overweight and I need 2 spaces.
Mm-hmm.
What's this exact policy?
I feel like once you get past a certain amount of weight, every time you hit another like milestone, we're going to call milestones like every time you hit 50 more pounds over what your original weight was, they should force you to go into the DMV, wait through that god-awful line, which is probably a really good deterrent for being overweight. And then you have to go up by 50 pounds every time you gain 50 more pounds. And whenever you can no longer get out of the bed to go there and get weighed, or the scale says too fat to fucking care, maybe it's time to get something done.
Even bringing up
we need to start holding people that do this shit accountable, because this is crazy.
Southwest Airlines, who are the culprits in this case, customer size policy.
Southwest Airlines sets an incredible example by prioritizing passenger well-being by offering a free second seat or reimbursement for the purchase of an additional seat for comfort and safety of those needing extra space. These policies enhance safety and reduces discomfort and health risks associated with cramped plane seating. Southwest Airlines
now they care about health risks.
Customer size policy should serve as a model for other airlines, encouraging them to accommodate plus-size passengers and eliminate discrimination.
Jalen didn't just stop at airlines and their policies, and her downfall into delusion was
oh, right? Bro, No, man. No. It's not what anaconda, it's how many anacondas.
As she began to suggest that hotels were being fat.
And don't even sit here and act like that's real anaconda, bro. We all know that's just print. Ain't no amount of cloth gonna like.
Of course. Of course. Wow.
If she actually had money, she wouldn't be on here advocating for this. Because I know this has to be embarrassing for her, dude. There's no way she actually feels this way. It's just to get clout. There's no way. You know how many actors had the, like, they really wanted that, like, fat acceptance movement to work? And to an extent, it kind of did. And how many of them have lost all their weight now that they're older? A lot. A lot of people have.
Oh, what a surprise.
You know why? Because as you get older and your body ages, there's not a lot of older fat people, is there? There's some. But it's very far and few in between.
Never ends where you think it does.
Phobic, and I really wish I was joking.
These are the exact steps that hotels can take to be more.
Bro, with the amount of money she has, she could just get on that pill, the shot, that shot that everyone's taking now that helps you lose weight.
Size inclusive and accessible for travelers of all sizes.
I don't even know what it's called.
It's not travelers of all sizes.
It's Ozempic. Shit, like, I know people meme on it and shit, but like, if I got that big, goddamn fucking straight, I would advocate for Ozempic. I'd be like, oh yeah, you guys can hate it on it all you want, but I want to fucking live, bro. I don't want to die. I don't want to fucking die. I want to live. Damn straight, I'm gonna take that shit. I'm gonna be like, Doc, load that syringe up and hit me with it, buddy. There. I don't want to die. Fuck that. Especially if I got money to spend on it, you bet your sweet ass.
Travelers of your size.
Damn, there is a lot.
99% of people don't have these problems. This entire idea that, like, we're being inclusive. No, you're not being inclusive by going out of your way to over-design things to make sure that the 1% of people who have eaten themselves into morbid obesity in an early grave somehow are slightly more accommodated whenever they're sitting in a plane or in a hotel. It's insane that we, like, how does, what's happened? Oh my God.
Bro, that shit wouldn't have flew 30 or 40 or 50 years ago. That shit, there's no fucking way in the 90s that anyone would have allowed to have even joke about talking like this.
Wider chairs without armrests. In guest rooms, lobbies, and common
Wider
areas.
chairs. Wider chairs so you can glop down on it? Are you kidding me?
Accommodate different body sizes and types. Number 2 on the list.
Sit on the sofa.
Ensure beds with strong support and a higher weight capacity.
No way. You're talking about the fucking bed. What happened? What did you do to the bed?
Along with providing reinforced chairs and wider backing facilities.
Reinforced chairs? So now the entire hotel has to have titanium chairs or tungsten chairs because you want to sit on a chair. Like, this is unbelievable. Like, really, it's so outrageous. No, 40%. No. 40% of the U.S. is overweight, sure. But, like, there is, like, there's a spectrum for this, okay?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier.
Elevators and hallways spacious.
Like, there may be a lot of overweight people, but a lot of overweight people are like me. We're overweight. We're not fucking gigantic globs glooping around the fucking airport, okay? The fuck?
Movement of larger individuals and those utilizing mobility devices.
I've had 3 family members that did that. Think I want to be part of that statistic? Fuck no!
Number 4.
No, hold up. Like, if you're wider than a wheelchair,
install grab bars in showers and near toilets.
Bro, I guess that's what they would call a fat person thong. What they do is they take the 2 wheelchairs and they put one cheek in one and the cheek. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna stop.
Offer adjustable handheld shower heads and raised toilet seats for added accessibility. Number 5.
And if you're offended by this, good. Use it. You can hate me all you fucking want. Use it to take your ass and do some running, do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups, lose some weight. You can hate me all you fucking want, but you're gonna be alive to fucking do it. So fucking hate me. If that's what it fucking takes to see more people live and not die from this, fucking hate me. See if I give a shit. You're fat, lose weight.
Understanding and accommodating to travelers of all sizes.
Her list of demands gets crazier and crazier, and her saying that hallways and elevators need to be wider.
Hallways need to be wider. Oh my god.
Just absolutely insane. I've never walked through a hotel hallway and felt like I needed more.
So like, what happens if the hallway is like you know those forward facing buildings that have like the stairs on the side? What happens there? Does she want like the bars to be like, how big are you that you're having trouble like going up the stairs where those bars are? Like, Jesus.
So I'm not sure how.
Holy
why
shit.
do you think that is? Oh, jeez. Guys, I really wonder what's the difference here?
Why do you have to be to feel that way? Commenters
So
on YouTube
infuriating.
had
I
different
hate
points
these people.
Too, such as
We gotta fucking stop this video, man. We got to. Maybe I'll pick up on it and do some more of it tomorrow. It's 40 minutes long. Like, we got another video I wanted to do. Where's it at? Here we go. Here we go. So, this actually hit home to me. Because she really hit the nail on the head with this. They both really did.
Someone had made a video about me. It's titled "The Male Loser Epidemic." I was told.
I'm probably not gonna be doing the, because I have a. Oh my god, did it close again? It did. I have another Marine boot camp one, but we're gonna probably have to wait till tomorrow. We're running short on time.
I was mentioned and referenced in this video. I don't know if it's true. If it's not true, it's probably a bad video. Let's be honest.
Hello again, friends. Sorry I've been gone for quite a bit. Hopefully nothing too crazy happened. I feel like every time I take a break, like a war breaks out or something.
That's
but
what happened to me.
Thankfully that did not happen.
Right?
But at least we found out the real Epstein files were the friends we made along the way.
This is a fake
Welcome
one.
back to the Shoe on Head channel.
Oh, she's even bringing it up. That's what's up.
I'm here.
Hey, I got the same kind of mic. Mine's blue, though.
I am Shoe on Head, and on this channel, I like to cover cultural issues, mostly
Mine's black, not
surrounding
blue.
men's issues.
Uh-oh.
It's what I've been doing for over a decade, and frankly, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Many of you have been along for the ride, and you have seen me go from a chipper, lively 24-year-old making fun of BuzzFeed and Tumblr feminists to a bitter, calloused 30-
I remember that. I found out about this girl from 4chan back in like 2000 and like fucking Gamergate days. And yep, I did.
4-year-old, talking about very real and growing men's issues. One of the main men's issues I have been covering in great detail lately has been the male loneliness epidemic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but turns out I was wrong. We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male loser epidemic. It's not a male loneliness epidemic. No, it's a male mediocrity epidemic. It's a male loser epidemic.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad that it's honestly so pathetic at this point.
So here's the problem, bro. Like, you don't even use these pillows on your bed. Like, you're talking about being a loser. You got a bunch of pillows on your bed. You just put those on your bed so your bed looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Who does this?
Now, I don't always talk about men's issues. No, sometimes I talk about politics, and sometimes I mix the two together.
Uh-oh.
Now, I know a lot of you don't like politics. You don't care about politics.
Amen.
But politics cares about you, and it will enter your life no matter how hard you...
This is why gamers had to vote for Trump to get wokeism out of our fucking games. That's what she's referencing. There you go, guys.
You try to avoid it. But thankfully, I have the perfect app to help you navigate this difficult, confusing political landscape. So let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Ground News.
I would have never guessed.
What they're doing is really important, especially right now, and it helps us approach the news right and the Republicans more. Since the left and Democrats...
Because the left-wing policies are that women or men are bad.
Yes. So I want to point this out. I have a friend that did lose his job at CVS, and he's been looking since December. Whenever I left the fire department, could not find another job for over a year before I gave up and decided to go with YouTube instead. They were not hiring white men anywhere. I applied for every fucking job you could think of. Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, fast food. I applied for fucking everything. Retail is an understatement, okay? I applied for every fucking position you could think of. Every fire department that I would see. I was driving almost an hour away to fire departments. No one was hiring white men, and they still aren't. I'm just going to be blunt with you. And if you don't believe me, I'm not the only one who noticed this. If you watch Family Guy brought it up in an episode recently. If you watch Asmongold, he talks about it. If you know anything about the internet right now, it is like the underdog of what people are talking about. And it's real. My friend still hasn't got a job. He got laid off in December. He's been applying everywhere. He can't find shit.
What a surprise that
he lost his apartment. He's staying with his parents right now, and he's having to look around for a fucking shelter because they're talking about kicking him out.
Policy that women should.
So it's not that he's not taking it fucking serious. It's that he can't find anything.
Preferential treatment isn't popular with men. Who could have ever guessed that? It's a fucking mystery. Oh my God.
Democrats have essentially just become the young men eat and die movement.
Exactly.
Months ago, I covered how the Democratic Party was losing young men, and I predicted Kamala Harris would lose in part because of young men overwhelmingly voting for Trump.
And the reason for that is because when you have these DEI programs and these woke programs that the government was funding, they were funding companies to hire more diverse groups, which means that if you were a white man, you didn't get shit. You got fucked out of jobs because of that. The government put aside money for businesses to hire people of other gender and races. That's why I hit back whenever they started influencing games. I didn't even think about the fact that it actually influenced the hiring processes at companies. They get a stipend for hiring people who are on the spectrum, LGBTQ plus whatever, and if they are female, and if they are different colors. I didn't know that.
That's correct.
That's
now
right.
the Democrats have unveiled their final
And
solution.
by the way, a lot of young guys, Trump isn't right-wing enough. Oh, yeah.
And the scary part, I think he's right. Because we thought, at least I did, I thought that with it being fully Democrat, I didn't vote or anything because I still thought that most of the candidates were shit. I would have went for Bernie Sanders, but he dropped out, or they forced him out. But like, it's crazy to me because he was advocating for universal basic income. He was advocating for better health insurance, free insurance. Like, what the fuck, you know?
Oh, yeah. Get ready. Get ready. We're in for a good...
but instead, people like me got fucked out of our jobs.
To the right-wing male
Nowhere
loser
close,
epidemic. Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working class. Democrats have blown millions of dollars on efforts to appeal to American men who turned to President Donald Trump in droves.
No. See, I don't know if she knows about this at all, but so the Democrats catered a luxury hotel.
It is bullshit.
For them to all get together and, fly in and have like a catered meal service event for them to discuss why they can't relate to every average working class people.
Mm-hmm. The people that have to work for their living, that don't get everything handed to them while you're eating your nice caviar and whatever the fuck else you're shoving in your face. The people that have to work for 80 hours a week or someone like me who was a fireman who had to work 120 hours a week. 120 fucking hours a week! And not be able to afford a house? Yeah, those people. That's how many hours I looked. And that's how many I was getting paid for. Because that's how many hours I fucking worked. Yeah, so, you know, those people that work themselves to the bone just to be able to afford a house that they can no longer afford? Yeah, they're trying to figure out how they could, relay what, you know, how they can feel like they're the same.
Being kidding. They're so stupid. Yeah.
On election
And I
day.
think that it's all across. Left and right. None of those motherfuckers up there know what it's like to work for a fucking living. None of them. Why are they the ones in power? None of those motherfuckers should be where they're at, because not a single one of them had to lift a finger to get where they're at.
In hopes of winning back the working class, Democrats have spent $20 million on their efforts, with donors and strategists holding up and
Bro, give that money to me. I'll tell you what to do. Shit. You fucking retards.
Hotel rooms, brainstorming how to convince working class men to return to the party. Ah, yes. How do you do this? Nothing more relatable to working class men than luxury hotel rooms. Great job, guys.
Yeah, good
one. The
one.
plan? Codename Sam.
Well, what's really fucked is that even if you are a veteran right now, even if you are a veteran and you try to get a house, I'd imagine it's still the same bullshit. They're still trying to charge you out the ass on interest.
Speaking with American men.
Isn't that
strategic
swam?
plan. Promises.
Yo, I
to
didn't
use the
want no discount to get a house. I never wanted a discount to get a house. I just want to be able to afford a fucking house. If I'm going into a fucking building and saving people's lives, I should at least be able to afford a fucking house. Oh, but you can. Yeah, you can after you're paying $1,000 a fucking month, and that's not even utilities. That's just on because of the 5% interest rate. Dude, whenever I saw 5% on a $130,000 house, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. With 720 fucking credit, perfect credit score, by the way. I was like, this is a fucking scam. And I know it was a scam because the person that I was gonna take the house from, I lived there and she was paying 3% on fucking interest. That extra 5% would have tacked on $130,000 to that fucking loan. I said, fuck you, fuck the horse you rode in on. No, absolutely not.
Study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these
Okay,
spaces.
the syntax. All right, so there's a word that starts with F, you're not supposed to say it. And there's a couple other words that you also aren't supposed to say either. And if you go on the internet, you know, you'll see a lot of guys use these words a lot.
The effort also recommends Democrats buy advertisement in video games and
Oh,
other things.
fuck off.
The Democratic Party is treating young men like exotic animals they're studying.
Yeah.
Now, as you can see here, is the young man in his...
Why is there fucking potting soil, bro? Who'd you kill?
That's crazy.
Oh my god, dude, it's fucking beautiful. I love it. I fucking love it.
How about that? This is in the male loser epidemic video. That's crazy.
his natural habitat, in a dark, messy cave surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles.
It's true.
Here is another young man, as you can
Oh,
see,
no.
also dwelling in a dark cave.
Yes.
This one has dyed his hair blue to scare off potential predators. Unfortunately, it also scares off potential mates. But moving on, here is another young man. We think...
Yeah.
We're not quite sure about this one.
Nobody
We're
knows.
still studying it. Listen, Democrats, instead of spending $20 million to do that stupid maybe you should... I don't know, actually listen to men. I listen to men for free all the time. All I have to do is read my comment section. Let's see here. Shoe on Head is a perfect example of why we need to repeal the 19...
This is my alt account.
Greetings from Albania. I hate women so much it's unreal. Ooh, shoot.
Yep.
mommy milkies, 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 mommy, mommy, mommy. One time I got my penis stuck in a soda bottle. Okay, on second thought, maybe my comment section is not the best source.
Since Trump scored big with young male voters last election, Democrats are spending $20 million to learn how to speak their language. I think it's a waste of money. Maybe these guys
It is. They should listen to you instead.
should spend their money on teaching men to not be such sexists. Maybe that's it.
You have to understand that this is Andrew Tate for women. Okay?
Okay, that makes sense.
Every disaffected, bored, disenfranchised, wine, fucking drunk housewife is sitting at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon listening to this bullshit. Okay?
Fair enough. Okay.
It's Andrew Tate for women.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
I don't bear that out now. Look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim.
Yep.
Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash.
Oh. The fuck? The fuck? This is the kind of shit they have on actual broadcasting. You do understand that by saying that, all you do is cause outrage?
Shit. The reason, by the way, guys, the reason why a lot of guys live at their mom's house is because they don't have any money. That's the reason why. Like, it's nothing else besides that. Like, and this is the way, by the way, this is the way it's supposed to be. Is that men are supposed to go out and get a job.
It's only an American culture thing, by the way. You do realize that places like China and Japan, they kept throwing their women out, so now they have a woman problem. They don't have enough women. Because men were the breadwinners. And the entire family would live under the man's house. Under the man's roof. So, like, whenever you see a culture like America where they're like, you should get a job and move out of your parents' house, we'd love to, man. Fuck. Love to. Especially when your mom's fucking dead. Fuck, man, that sounds like the fucking dream job to me. Where I gotta go to get that house? To get that job.
And provide for a family, and women are supposed to have kids and take care of the kids. That's the way it's worked for 1,000 years, and don't let any weird feminist on TikTok tell you that it's wrong. That's the way it's worked, and in 1,000 years from now, that's probably still the way it'll work, unless we've replaced women with robots by then, which will, I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Hopefully, but we'll see.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The very night I was sitting on my couch writing the script to my video about how the Democrats are spending $20 million to relate to young men, this came on my TV on Fox News. A Tommy Lahren and Laura
That's crazy,
Ingraham segment
dude.
about stay-at-home sons.
That's fucking
men
crazy.
Who still live at home. Literally minutes after this aired, it went absolutely viral on Twitter for...
I think that there's a lot of attractive women that don't really understand the struggle that like an average or below average attractive guy goes through. Whenever he's not able to like get any sort of relationship with a girl, he's not able to get female attention. He goes on one of these dating websites and, you know, no girl matches with him. And there's one girl that does, and it turns out it's a bot to promote an OnlyFans for somebody who's an AI girl that's managed.
I never had the problem he's talking about. I got a lot of catfish. I had a lot of fat fucking women that would like catfish me. They'd make their profile pictures a certain type of way. And then like you get to, like, for example, I met up with one of these fat fuckers in a McDonald's, right? And I looked at her and I was like, oh no. I said it out loud. And she's like, she looks up at me and I'm like, you know this ain't gonna go well. And she's like, yeah, I know. Why'd you lie? I was like, why you lie? And she's like, big ass Claude too, bro. Took up like 2 seats. I was like, nah, man, what the fuck? I straight up left. I was like, nah.
By a man in India. You know, like, this is really, it's depressing. And so, like, you have women like Tommy Lauren, she's attractive, right?
It's like, what do you expect whenever you make a fucking fake profile and then you like, or not really fake, but you take pictures that don't show you're a fat ass. Like, what do you expect?
So, like, she probably doesn't even see this issue at all. But as somebody who's, you know how it is. And so, as somebody who's in that situation, let me tell you that it is very, very demoralizing, especially as a guy. And so the reason why those guys, you don't want to be dating the guys that are living in their basements ordering DoorDash. It's not like there's like this huge amount of, girls that are out there. Oh man, I can't wait to find my perfect husband that lives in his mom's basement and, orders DoorDash and jerks off to hentai. It doesn't exist. They can't afford DoorDash. Well, they can. It's on their mom's card. And so anyway, it's on their account. And so that's it. Addict? Yeah, sure. And so that's the big reason that a lot of women, I think, can't relate to this problem is because they don't even know that these guys exist. They don't see them at all. They're not even real. And so anyway, it sounds like quite the catch. Yeah, exactly. And so what these women really want is they want a guy that has his life together, that has a good job and can support them and support a family. That's what women want. And if you are that kind of a guy, your chances of getting a girlfriend are a lot higher. Like, that doesn't mean it's a guarantee.
Yeah, exactly.
But it means it's good. And by the way, 3,000 years ago, the guy that could catch a buffalo and kill a buffalo was the guy that reproduced. Okay? Just keep that in mind.
Right?
Nothing has changed. All right? But it never will. This is just the way it is. The alpha, yes. Can we go back to that? Yeah, go out there. Yeah, you want to go kill a buffalo? Go ahead. Get what jobs? Where are all these jobs? Just make one up on the internet. Just make up a bullshit job on the internet where you get people to give you money.
Not good
pretty
reasons.
simple.
So we are going to unpack this piece by...
Give me 1 second. Sorry, I gotta take another phone call.
So we are going to unpack this piece by piece. Because even though everyone was mocking it and making fun of it, as far as I saw, nobody was really dissecting it and breaking down exactly why she was so egregiously wrong. So
I can't tell you how many times I've watched the news and seen articles like that. Had the same shit said almost every fucking year. Oh, like I remember seeing that kind of article whenever I was a child watching TV. That kind of shit would pop up and be like, men are lazy, da-da-da-da-da-da. No, it's just gotten worse.
Join me in debunking the male loser epidemic. Because who else better equipped to talk about men's issues than two stupid
rich white
blonde
women.
bimbos? Hold on 1 second.
Whoa, wait a second. Yeah.
3 stupid blonde bimbos.
There you go.
Sorry. I felt left out. All right, let's go. Wait.
Is that a wig?
I need my gamer fuel.
I don't know how people drink energy drinks. I'm gonna be honest. I cannot do that shit, bro. Like, single day. And the reason why, that shit, bro. Like,
Tectone.
It's a major problem. And, Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There is a massive epidemic of guys that don't want to have anything to fucking do with society. All they want to do is sit at home, jerk off to fucking anime girls, and play video games.
And you know why this is? Let me explain to you why this is. Because I've got firsthand experience to the whole reason why they're staying home. It's because I've worked at Walmart. I've worked as a postal service delivery person. I've worked as a school bus driver. I've worked as a fucking firefighter. That was the most I ever made. I was bringing home, like, a lot of money. And whenever you're told in society that all you have to do is work and good things will come to you, and you get a job making $60,000 a year, and you don't have enough to afford a house insurance, HOA fees, car insurance, car maintenance, being able to eat being able to have side money, being able to do anything like have a family. Because you're working 120 hours a week as a firefighter, risking your life. Literally the hardest blue-collar job other than maybe an oil rig worker. And you can't afford a living? Maybe the fucking system's a lie. Do you ever think of that? Maybe it's a lie they feed you, so that way you keep being a good little cog in their fucked up money machine. You ever think of that? Yeah, I have seen too many. My mother worked herself to 2 heart attacks and a stroke, supporting me, and we barely had electricity. Hardly ever had electricity, actually. I've seen what this wonderful American dream looks like, and it's bullshit. It's a lie. So don't sit there with your fucking cast iron castle, with your fucking primped up $300 nails and your $700 done wig, and tell me that I'm fucking lazy. Whenever I looked for an entire year to find a fucking job, I was out there for hours. I would work out for hours in the heat to get ready for PAT tests. I would sit down and hype myself up for interviews. And you know what came of it? Not a goddamn fucking thing. I did that for months. Nothing came of it. Maybe it's not my system that's fucked up. Maybe it's yours. Did you ever think of that? But you wouldn't know anything about that, right? Mommy and daddy gave you your money, so you wouldn't know anything about that, huh?
Order DoorDash. No, you're 100% fucking
yourself.
right. And that number is getting bigger every single day. And the reason why is because they can't get anything else. That's the reason why.
And there it fucking is.
Tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it
I
comes
was just called a lazy retard.
Exactly.
to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big
It's because they can't fucking afford them. That doesn't have anything with them staying home. Maybe if it was fucking affordable, they'd have kids. It's not rocket science. Hello? How fucking retarded do you have to be?
They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young...
And you know what's crazy is you dumb bimbos go to other countries to look for men, and ain't none of them want you. So that should tell you something, shouldn't it?
women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates and a lot of other problems in society. It's time to go out, get a job.
Exactly my point. It's always some privileged motherfucker talking. Always. Always. A privileged bitch sitting on a high fucking throne talking down to people that have tried their whole fucking lives. Scrimped, saved, scratched, broken, and fucking used and abused by these companies. Paid pennies on the fucking dollar compared to how much they rake in from us. And being told we're not doing enough. Fuck your system. That's the reason why we have people like Trump in power. It's because we're getting there. The American people are sick and tired of being fed lies and bullshit. That's why. That's why people like Trump are where he's at today. That's why people are becoming more and more radicalized. And you dumb, useless fucks are going to try everything in your power to keep it down. Well, guess what? The internet's a place now, so get fucked. You should be grateful you live in the country where you do. In any other country, some people looking like this with the amount of money they have, they'd have been killed and all their shit would have been taken, but they barely pay taxes for that protection. Instead, they're advocating for defund the police. Who's the first fucking person they call whenever the motherfucking, their house is getting broken into? The fucking police. Big surprise.
The fresh air.
Sit here and talk to me about my motherfucking life. My mom died when I was 19. I had to couch hop through high school. I've never had anything in my life fucking handed to me. And you want to sit here and say that shit? Eat a fucking massive chode and choke on it. As far as I'm concerned, I have fucking struggled my whole fucking life. I barely had power as a kid. Whenever I finally moved to Texas by myself at 16, I was told almost 2 years later, that I was going to have to get out. I had to couch hop to get through school. And then whenever I did that, I finally scratched up enough money to pay for a $580 a month apartment working at fucking Sonic. $580 a month is a dream place now. You know why? Because that place was filled with people that were fucking crazy. There were crack addicts. There were definitely drug dealers. There was a giant group of Hispanic people that stood out front every fucking morning that I walked to the fucking place that I worked at. One of them actually assaulted a person that I had over. They grabbed her ass when she was grabbing something out of her car. I learned how to drive because I found somebody online that became my girlfriend. She brought me into her house, and I stayed with her for over 5 years. She helped me learn how to drive. She came from a privileged household. That's how I even know how to drive right now. It's fucking luck. Just for some rich bitch to sit up with her fucking millions of dollars in her big ass fancy fucking mansion to sit here and say that about every hardworking American man that can't now even get a fucking job is insulting and disgusting and malicious as all fucking hell. And don't sit here and tell people what they should and shouldn't fucking feel whenever you don't even live in it. Go fuck yourself.
In real life, let's just get back to basics.
So first of all, this stay-at-home son thing is not a real thing. It was a random throwaway, self-deprecating joke some contestant on Jeopardy said. One f***ing guy. Because I guess there's nothing else important going on that they could cover on the news. They literally
there's plenty of girls that are losers too. It's just that the hot ones have OnlyFans now. Before
exactly.
They just used to post
That's another privilege that not a lot of people talk about. If you've got looks and you, instead of going to Hooters and working there, there's a reason why those places are getting shut down. It fucking sucks to work for them. But if you did like some skimpy stuff on OnlyFans, you can make actual money, good money, if you have a decent body, if you look good. That's another thing that white men don't have.
Space. That's it. Girl failures? Yeah.
This into a fake phenomena so they can on young men. Meanwhile,
Exactly.
Democrats are spending millions of dollars trying to win back young men. Oh no, the young men are leaving us in droves. How do we get them back?
I wonder fucking why. When you make comments like that, it's fucking insulting. Because you think we're just a bunch of dumb workbirds, right? We're like goldfish. All we do is fucking work.
Don't worry, I got this.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you fat, lazy, Cheeto dust-covered slobs. F you.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's what guys need. I'm gonna just say it straight out. I think that a lot of guys, they straight up need somebody. Hey, you fat fucking retards sitting around jerking off to an anime girl that looks like she's. Well, I'm not gonna say. You need to fucking stop, bro. You can get your life together. You can stop. Yeah, wake the fuck up, bro. Like, stop it. Like, yeah. Oh, wow. Another day of masturbating and being silver in Marvel Rivals. Oh, this is, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's really going to be good for your life. Ah, for sure, bro. Like, yeah. You're going to go Celestial. You're going to go on a pro team, sure. Definitely, guys.
Nice. Thanks. I love you. I love you too.
Fuck the fuck up. Yeah. Men need harsh reality checks? Yeah, they do. But the problem is that when it comes from an attractive woman who's in a position of privilege, it comes as bullying. Because, like, you have an attractive woman who's talking down to these guys, and they're like, well, what the fuck? Like, I mean, because, like, really, I mean, being a hot girl is... I mean, there are disadvantages to everything, right? And like being an attractive girl, you have to deal with stalkers and things like that. Sure, right? But in general, there's a reason why women get plastic surgery to look attractive and not to look ugly, unless you're Madonna. And so there's a reason for that. It's because women experience benefits and privileges and advantages in life by being attractive. That's true. And men do also. It's not like men don't experience privileges by being attractive, but with women, it's more pronounced. Uh-oh.
Is the amount of young men living home with their parents increasing? Yes. Is it because
That's
they're
right.
lazy bums and just want to order DoorDash all day? No. And also, they're not
This is
paying
why my viewership is going up.
for DoorDash, Tommy. They're financing it. Come on.
True.
Get with the times.
There are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air.
Have either of you tried applying for a job as a young man recently?
Fucking
or
right.
tried buying a house on the salary of one of these young men? Have you experienced the dating market, been on the dating sites as a young man? No? Interesting, okay. Just wondering.
Of course
Listen,
not.
I know the average age of a Fox News viewer is like 70 nowadays, and you need to pander to them. But Tommy, you were like 2 years younger than me. You know this shit isn't true. Why are you talking like this?
Exactly.
It's because in her life it is. Because she doesn't know anybody that's in that situation. Because she's rich and privileged, and she's never had to deal with
There it fucking is.
anybody like that in her life. And maybe the one person that she has had to deal with like that, she thinks they're a retard. So that's the real reason why. It's because they've never had to deal with it, never had to see it themselves. And so, like, yeah, it must be nice. Well, the thing is that, again, like,
and what really turns my stomach, if not all of them, 95 to 100% of all the Republicans, Democrats, and people that are elected officials in our government right now think and feel exactly like how she does. Because they've never had to work a damn day in their life.
understand that, like, women get a lot of advantages in the world. I will tell you something. I thank God every day I was born a man. Oh my God, I would never want to be a woman.
Talking like a f***ing boomer. I'm sorry, I have no other word for this, but I hate this like generational pick-me shit. I was born in the wrong generation. I'm not like those other young people. And you know what? She's not like those other young people.
Right.
Not all young people can afford a nice nose job and lip filler and get a cushy job on Fox News based entirely on merit, I'm sure. The main problem with this brain-dead boomer-ass take is not only is it cringe, but it's completely divorced from reality.
It
This
is.
slop is specifically designed for people who paid like $5 for a f***ing house.
Yeah.
Listen, not all boomers, okay? My parents are boomers. They are lovely people. A lot of you guys are boomers. But when the
Wow.
baby boomer generation sends its people, it is not sending their best. They are not
No,
sending
it
you.
never is.
They're sending people who have lots of problems. They're bringing the housing crisis. They're bringing wage stagnation. They're falling for AI-generated photos on Facebook. But some, I assume, are good people. But my God, I truly believe they do not understand how good they had it. They could support a family on a single income.
Yep.
A single income from a job that didn't require a college degree.
Yep.
Their leaders didn't prostitute
This
away
is
their
another big factor, is that a lot of guys are stupid. So the way that IQ distribution works is that men have more variance where women are like more clustered in the middle. And because of that, you have a lot of stupid guys. You have a lot of smart guys too, but you have a lot of stupid ones. And if you're a stupid guy, back in the day, your job used to be you had a hammer and then you would turn the big rock into little rocks.
Yep, that's
And
it.
then after that, you had a wrench and then you would turn the nut that's this way, you would turn it to that way.
And then you would be able to afford a house because the housing market wasn't a shit show. You'd be able to pay for rent and afford kids too because they paid you decent wages. But when one graph line goes all the way up and the other graph line goes this way, you've got a fucking problem. big surprise. No one's going out and having kids now. It's maybe people that have $200,000 a year, maybe they aren't having kids either. Maybe because it's too fucking expensive. And I do know from experience, there are people that I know that make $200,000 a year, and they're not having kids because they can barely afford their fucking house.
And then the next one would come on, and there's a bolt. You have to take it from here over to here. And that was your job. And you got paid equivalent of $200,000 a year to do that job.
Mm-hmm.
And your life was amazing. But now there's a robot that does that job. The person who made the robot has even more wealth and income. You are sitting at home living on food stamps, DoorDash, and disability. You don't even have a disability, but somehow you got it anyway. And you're complaining about women. That's what happened. And so that's it. So basically, the issue, and this issue is just going to keep getting worse. Nobody talks about this. Is that the issue of IQ?
Oh, and by the way, I'm sure you're gonna get some comments. I have a fiance. We've been together for almost 5 years now, so I don't fall into this category. In fact, the only reason why I even know how to drive is because I had above average looks whenever I was younger. Like, I'm 30, and if I shaved my face, I'd still look 16. Even as I'm overweight, I'm a little overweight, and I could still pass as a 16-year-old. I don't fall into this category unless you want to account the not being able to find a job because I'm a white dude. That's it. And you can't fucking tell me it doesn't exist. I've personally dealt with it, and I'm fucking seeing somebody deal with it right now as we fucking speak. So if you try to sit here and say that, I'm just going to remove your fucking comments because you're a retard and you don't know what you're talking about.
Person has this is IQ. I spelled IQ wrong. That's really impressive whenever you think about it.
And I'm not bragging either. I don't like saying I'm above average looking. I think it's fucking cringe. I think it's weird. I hate it. I'm just a normal fucking guy. I don't like humble bragging. I don't like talking about some things. I just keep to myself, and I'm just like, oh, okay. But whenever I see something that's really bothering me, I want to talk about it. This is really bothering me because it doesn't just affect me. It affects hundreds of thousands of people.
IQ.
And it's a problem. And I know it's a problem because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have Donald Trump as a president right now.
Possibility. Yeah. So anyway, I'm probably not at the front here, as you guys can see. And so this is, let's say, 50, and this is 150, all right? So this is an IQ distribution. I know, obviously, people are outside of this, but let's just go ahead and use this. So in, like, right here, if you had an IQ of, let's say, 70, you could get a job. Now, based by technology. And so whenever the average IQ needed in order to process the functionality of a job is 110, all of the people that are below that IQ are going to be out of a fucking job. So what do you do with those people? Well, you can kill them. You can turn them into food. You can make them slaves. But the one thing that you definitely are probably not going to do is pay them to sit around and do nothing. And this is an impending problem that nobody wants to talk about. And the reason why nobody wants to talk about this problem is because discussing the concept that IQ is, there's a spectrum that everybody has, right? Like,
what he's basically trying to say is that some people can be really good at some things, but not everybody's going to be good at the same thing. That's just life.
Jobs are now being removed. This is going to cause further consolidation of wealth inside of the wealthiest 1 to 5%.
Because you have to realize that this bar, it's currently at that IQ level. What makes you think it's going to stop there? It's just going to keep going. And you know what's really fucked? Is when it starts really getting towards the end, and these rich cocksuckers that made their whole living right there on the fucking edge, when they start feeling its effects, then shit gets changed.
population, and you have kids now. You have kids like 15 years old that are making $10,000 a month on the internet. Meanwhile, you have adults that are slaving away at a shitty job because they're not smart enough to figure out a way to make money on the internet or with some other sort of tool. And the reason why is intelligence. And that's it. And you can't train a person like that, like a moron like this, somebody who's down here at the 70s. You're never going to teach this person to do something that's functionally useful. They're stupid. They're always going to be stupid. They're never going to be able to overcome this ever. There's never going to disagree. Guys, this isn't a UBI, universal basic income. You either have to do that or we have to bring back slavery, one or the other. Those are two options. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. But one day you'll realize that I was right.
I mean, that's pretty much what was going on with all the illegal immigrants that were here in the U.S. You think these companies were giving them a livable wage? No. Most of them probably slept on the farms that they worked at. Most of them probably didn't even have a home to go home to. They were probably getting paid pennies on the dollar and worked for well over 16 hours a day. But they were getting paid, right? So it's not slave labor. Go figure. You know that slaves were paid in food. Sometimes.
There are things that I'm right on and things that I'm not right on yet. And some people, you guys might be in the second category, but soon you'll be in the first. I kind of agree with you, but
That's
IQ
right.
tests are very one-dimensional, don't you think? How many of you guys went to a public school and you know exactly what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about the people that were the class clowns that would always be there to cause trouble and that would never do their work. That's exactly the kind of people he's talking about.
Algebra, and they just never fucking get it, bro. They never figure that shit out. It's never going to happen. It's obvious you haven't entered the labor market.
I think we should probably pause this here.
Market in a long time. Well, that sounds like a it is, and this is the kind of person like we got to move on. But like I was gonna read this real quick. You're pretty out of touch. IQ is only a small part. It's actually a massive part, and you don't understand. So basically, you're dumb. Number one, so you're banned. Number two, IQ is a massive part because IQ dictates your ability to critically think. Critical thinking and decision-making that can transcend robotic decision-making is what will be preserved as automation and technology replaces jobs.
I'm going to pause it here. I got to roll up out of here. It's already starting to get late. I'm probably going to have to edit these videos like super, super well down. Oh, man. All right, boys, I'm going to roll up out of here. I'm going to be back on tomorrow bright and early. Tomorrow's Friday already. Dude, I can't believe today's Thursday. And we'll probably continue watching both of these videos because, dude, I got so much to say about these things. You have no idea. But, like, I got so much to talk about when it comes to these videos. But, yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow. I got to fucking get off and edit. I've been having, like, it's been taking me longer and longer to edit these videos because I think they're just chunky as shit now. But, yeah, I better stop while I'm ahead since we got kind of a little break here. But peace, I'm rolling. Stay safe out there. Don't let it get you down, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, that's the wrong one. Peace.